welcome everyone to the Islanders Never Say Dies podcast's coverage of the Islanders against the Philadelphia Flyers this Tuesday evening. The Islanders on the second end of their back-to-back matchup against the Philadelphia Flyers. After coming off a win at home at UBS Arena, the Islanders look to get a little bit of a winning streak going and to beat the Flyers in back-to-back nights. I'm your host, TJ, and with me here, as always, is the grumpy old man. He's our NHL analyst and expert, and they say there is no shame in his game because he is always the same.
That's me.
Grumpy, how are you this evening?
Great. Game's already started. TJ's running late, as usual.
I had to get a little workout in, man. That's what I was running a little late, so I got a little workout in, Grump.
I had to make him change his shirt because we're one of those hideous tank tops that I'm like, no, change your shirt.
The people love the tank tops, Grump.
They hate them.
So instead, I'm wearing here the Islanders Never Say Die merchandise, the enemy of the cartel. And Grumpy's wearing his Islanders Never Say Die merchandise of Barry and the Vets.
Barry and the Vets.
You could find that in our merchandise store. Link in the description below, Grumpy. And before we get too much started into today's coverage, this is a twice-a-week Islanders podcast on every Wednesday and Saturday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we also cover every Islanders game live that is not on a Thursday and a Sunday. So again, if you're new to the channel, we invite you to subscribe. Stick around a while. Also, make sure you like on Facebook and follow on Twitter. The only reason we don't go live on Thursdays and Sundays is because we do another podcast called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man, where we talk sports and shoot the shit. That podcast can be found in the link in the description below.
Yes, and we see a lineup change from last night. We have Kiefer Bellows, who got a 14-minute audition with Matt Barzal. Of course, Barry Trotz didn't like it. Why? Because he's a young player. So we're going to put him in a place where he cannot succeed. Robin Salo just scores a goal. Robin Salo,
baby, with a slapper. He gives the Islanders a 1-0 lead early in the game against the Philadelphia Flyers. The Islanders strike first.
It was a blistering 77-mile-an-hour shot.
Wow, watch out, man. That's cruising.
All set up by Matt Barzal.
That's just a quick little snapshot. And
Carter Hart has to do better there. I'm sorry.
He's not been great this year. It is all set up by Matt Barzal. He draws 3 Philadelphia Flyers to him. And I'll be honest, Grump, that looks like it goes top shelf. Robin Salo might start. He's feeling himself a little bit, grumpy old man. He may be starting to find his groove.
He's not done finding his groove defensively. That much I can tell you.
Oh.
He's not been good defensively.
Oh, man. Well, nonetheless, the Islanders start off with an early lead. That's fantastic. Much better than yesterday's situation where it was close for the majority of the game until that second period. Oh, we got a little bit of a high stick, played via high stick. But Grump, yes, there is some changing here with the lineup. Kiefer Bellows did get a 1-game audition at right wing, which we're going to be talking about ad nauseum on tomorrow's podcast. But looked a little uncomfortable.
And Zach Parise, all of 1 goal in every game this year, is somehow a first-line forward.
Not Oliver Wahlstrom. Oh, man, nice little shot by Oliver Wahlstrom, trying to catch Carter Hart out of the net, and he almost puts that one home, just hitting off of the side of the net.
And that's your third line is Pajot, Wahlstrom, and Bellows.
Well, that's going to be a third line that's going to produce offense. Some would argue one of the best third lines in all of hockey, Grumpy.
I wonder who.
It's a little inside joke we've always got. For those longtime listeners, I'm sure you're familiar with it. But hey, Grump, I'll tell you, Robin Salo did get quite a bit of ice time on 5-on-5. I think he had 15 minutes on 5-on-5 ice time yesterday. I think he was most out of all defensemen. Thank you, Phil's Facts, for that little stat. But I'll tell you, Grump, if Robin Salo is starting to feel himself a little bit offensively, that's good. Our team has struggled putting in goals in the net, so the Flyers hopefully are the remedy for that issue.
What were Dobson's minutes yesterday? Do you know?
I'll have to pull that up for you.
Because I find it interesting that Salo seems to get a whole lot of minutes when Barry's behind the bench, and that wasn't the case when he was out.
Okay, he still got 21 minutes on ice time. Dobson did.
And how much did Salo get overall?
Okay, Grumple, let me go ahead and give that to you. It was 15 minutes 5-on-5, most 5-on-5 time. Remember, he didn't play the penalty kill, and he played sparingly on the power play.
Okay. I'm just saying, it seems like Barry gives him a lot more minutes than Lane Lambert certainly did. And honestly, I don't think he deserves those minutes. I don't think he's been good defensively.
Okay, 17 minutes and 25 seconds, Grump. So Dobson still played the lion's share. Okay. No need to get all caught up in a tizzy over at Grump. The Islanders with another opportunity. Brock Nelson with a weak little one-time attempt, but does get it on Carter Hart. The Islanders, this looks much different than yesterday's game. Yesterday's game, it was kind of sloppy on both ends, Grump. And today, I'd say the Islanders through the first 4 minutes of action have really been carrying it to and giving it to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yes, the Flyers are still, they're the Flyers. That's what happens when you're coached by Mike Meow.
Jesus Christ. I hate playing the Flyers because I'm sick and tired of you saying, Mike, meow.
Meow.
Oh, hold on. Is that not a penalty? There it is. Noah Dobson draws a penalty. I was about to say, I'm not sure if Noah Dobson goes down easy there, but Joel Farabee is going to be headed to the box. The Islanders are going to have their first power play of the evening.
And Farabee, got to be a little bit better with your stick there, fella.
Yeah, I tell you. Oh, see, I'm sorry.
Well, here's the thing. Even though I hate that penalty, he got his stick in the hands. He did. He didn't even have to. And there's Mike Meow going, why did I take this job? I'm not good enough to coach in the NHL. I can't believe somebody gave me another job after my miserable years in Minnesota.
Good to know, Grumpy. I tell you, I'm sick and tired of you calling him Mike Meow, damn it.
Get ready for it.
Oh, God.
Just going to make me do it more and more often.
So we've got here on the power play, we've got Anders Lee, Matt Barzal, Jean-Gabriel Pageau, Noah Dobson. I'm trying to see who that. I assume that's Oliver Wahlstrom in that trigger man spot from the point.
Yes.
On that power play unit, Grump.
And he carried the puck in.
Okay, Grump, we don't need that. But yes, he did.
You can do it, but I can't. Okay, we don't need that. We don't need me telling you when someone goes into the zone because you don't know who it is. Okay. I just want to make sure I got it straight.
Andy carried the puck in, and he's taking a pass, and he's looking for options, and he's ripping a shot. I don't need to hear that, Grump. Come on, you know that. Come on, Grump.
Doesn't matter what you need to hear. It's what the people need to hear.
It's what the people need. First power play opportunity. I'd say we've not had great movement, but we've had a few chances. Would you not agree, Grumpy?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess so. I'm watching the game.
You can't comment on the game as you're watching it.
I'm watching it right now.
Oh.
Matt Barzal has the puck.
Maybe Grump, you need to take a nap, man. Come on now. I need you. Oh, a one-time attempt, Grump. Now, I tell you, the movement has not been great, but we've had a few opportunities. Dude, Carter Hart looks a little shaky back there in net, doesn't he, Grump?
Yeah, they're playing two guys at the point, which is unusual. So when you're doing that, it's going to be tough to have. I mean, you got Anders Lee just stands in front of the net. Pageau, I don't know. I don't like what they're doing. Salo's out there now.
Okay, Grumpy. Jesus. But yes, Salo going to go ahead and bring that across. The movement hasn't been great. I just tell you, though, it looks like the Flyers are shaky, where yesterday, I would argue, it was a very, very sloppy game. Good for the Islanders starting to find a little bit of form. And, they need to definitely rattle off quite a few wins in a row. I mean, very, very far back in the standings. It's a big uphill climb. But I just
wonder at 37 years old and totally cashed how Zach Parise plays power play, penalty kill, and is on the first line.
Zach Parise plays an unbelievable amount of minutes. Yeah.
For a scrub, in essence. That's what he is.
Hold on a second.
He doesn't produce anything.
No, I tell you, he doesn't produce. He produces effort, but that's about it, Grump. When you talk about,
that's not good enough. Leo Komarov hustled too, and we burned him at the stake for his poor performance. But we don't do the same for Parise.
Well, we did. I'm not sure that the cartel media never does, but we did always, and we burned Parise for the role. I mean, he's a good fourth line guy, but the Islanders' power play ends, grumpy old man, and they're in a situation where had a few chances, but the movement was not great on the power play. Now you've noticed they've struggled a bit since coming back. I mean, I know they had that 12-game break, but you look at the first two games they've had against the Flyers, the power play hasn't looked all that lethal.
Well, they would keep on changing guys up on the power play again. I mean, whatever. When Barry's back, things don't seem to work because he falls right back into his old habits. Can't help himself. He is what he is.
I will be very interested to see how this third line plays. because you talk about a youth line. I mean, Jean-Gabriel Pageau is obviously a wily vet, but you got Kiefer Bellows and Oliver Wahlstrom. I mean, both of those guys.
Nice check by Bellows there.
Yeah, well, both of those guys, grumpy old man, are both people fighting for spots, fighting for ice time. They want to be given a bigger opportunity, and it's good to see that hunger and competitive edge. I'll be interested to see how Kiefer Bellows plays back in his natural wing. He didn't look good yesterday, again playing the off wing, so I wouldn't go ahead and dismiss him and say, oh well, he's lost his spot once Kyle Palmieri's back. Kyle Palmieri, by the way, grumpy old man, in a comment today, or maybe Barry spoke about it, he said Kyle Palmieri is 80 or 85% ready.
Yeah, what the hell does he know? He's a doctor now? He's a doctor now. So Barry's a doctor now. Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's what Kyle Palmieri said. For the love of Christ, Grumpy. Come on, man. That's
you said Trotz said that.
Trotz said that about Kyle Palmieri.
That's right. I said, what is he, a doctor now?
85%.
And I said, what is he, a doctor now? He's Dr. Barry? I don't know. He's just dying to get him back in the lineup. I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay. Grumpy. So, yes, I think he's going to be back in the lineup on Friday, is what my point is, if you were listening at all. What I think is going to happen, right? Kyle Palmieri said, I'm about 80, 85%, and Barry's just a messenger on that. I think Kyle Palmieri will be back ready by Friday, and I'll be interested to see what happens in the lineup. A big game for Kiefer Bellows. That's what I'm trying to get to, Grumpy.
Oh, well, why don't you just get to it then?
If you had
why don't you just say, instead of having me to pull the information out of you? Just say what you want to say.
Grumpy. Say what you want to say, right? Well, here looks like an odd man break coming for the Islanders. A 3-on-2 opportunity headed by Brock Nelson. Unable to control the pass, and we don't get a shot on net. Not good, Grump. Okay, Grumpy. Jesus.
What do I need to say?
Man. Grumpy, I could just do it by myself if you're not going to say anything. Christ almighty, buddy.
Well, go ahead. Knock yourself out.
Jesus Christ, Grump.
You want to call play-by-play? I make one little suggestion on a play-by-play, and you're like, stop. We don't need to hear that.
Listen. I don't want to do play-by-play, Grumpy. We're just talking about the sport. We'll give it mixed in, but I want to talk about overall things here in this, Grump. Come on, just like we always do, like we did yesterday and the time before. I don't want to just drone on about what's going on the ice, buddy. You know that. We discussed this, man. Come on. You know that, Grump.
Just do what you do. Just do what you do, and I'll do what I do, okay? Let's just leave it at that.
Early in the podcast for this. But you got the pairing again of Robin Salo and Andy Green, a grumpy old man. Looked a little better, I think, defensively than they did against the Washington Capitals. Wouldn't you say? They looked better last night?
Yeah, but Philadelphia's a miserably bad team. I mean, they were terrible. Philadelphia's terrible.
You could say the same thing about us regarding our standing, right, in the record.
Yeah, Philadelphia is really bad.
Oh man,
you're talking about how our defensemen look. Philadelphia is miserable offensively, just miserable. I mean, I don't think it. Here's the thing: I don't care what we do against Philadelphia. They've lost 8 in a row. Going to be 9 after today. So what does it say about our defense? Absolutely nothing.
I'm just saying.
The games you want to see is going to be the Toronto game. How do they look against Toronto? Because they're a team that can score. I mean, you're talking about the bottom feeders in the league. I don't care what our defense looks like against teams like that. How do they look against the teams that we have to catch to actually have a shot at making the playoffs? And here's the thing. I thought Salah was bad yesterday too, defensively. He had so many ill-advised passes. I've not been impressed with him defensively at all. He's not ready for the NHL. He just isn't.
Fair enough, Grump. Fair enough.
And I don't mind him playing up, because I think they should get chances, but he's not ready. He's obviously not ready. Certainly not to play Islander-style hockey.
Would you not say, though, he's a better option out there than a Zdeno Chara or an Andy Green?
No.
Hold on. You would really roll out there Zdeno Chara and Andy Green over Robin Salo, just so I understand that.
I think that he's our worst defensive defenseman right now. He turns the puck over at least 3 or 4 times a game with ill-advised passes in his own zone. He does it every game. I'm just saying. And he was miserable against Washington. Yesterday, he wasn't much better yesterday.
He didn't look
against
bad.
a really bad Philadelphia team. in my opinion, anyway.
I don't think he did anything that stood out as a glaring mistake. And I mean, like against Washington, right? He had glaring mistakes. I won't say there was a glaring mistake here yesterday. I'm just saying it's something to build off of, right? Starting to put a few points, starting to feel more confident, putting the puck on net, right? He almost had the goal yesterday. It was deflected. He was given an assist, and he scores tonight. I'm just saying when you talk about confidence, right, in the defenseman, just like we saw, like, hey, the confidence that Noah Dobson's had is he's kind of been able to play his game. He's been able to step further into his role. The same thing we could say with Kiefer Bellows and Oliver Wahlstrom. Would you not be able to say, hey, as Robin Salo starts to feel more confident, maybe a few of those items on the defensive end are going to come a little more naturally to him also?
I haven't seen him do anything impressive defensively. Not anything since he's been up. I think Sebastian Aho right now is a better option than Robin Salo. And here's the thing. And he's diminutive out there. He's not has no physicality at all, but he's better positionally defensively, in my opinion. I mean, I love these Flyer guys, a guy with a mohawk, an orange mohawk. And I'm telling you what, that guy looked like he's in his 40s.
It's not really a mohawk, Grump. That's a fade.
That was a damn mohawk.
No, it's a
Or
fade.
it's shaved up all on the sides and just the top. That's called a mohawk.
No, Grumpy, that's called a fade.
It's a mohawk. When you just have hair down the middle, that's called a mohawk.
Grumpy, he had a fade, man.
It's a mohawk. He looked embarrassing for a guy in his 40s to be wearing a mohawk.
Oh,
An orange mohawk, no less. And we're not seeing much jump from Josh Bailey today. Not a shock. Like I said, yesterday was probably one of those, one or two games a year. My God, they're terrible, Philadelphia. Well, number 6 on defense. Ugh.
Oh, man, I'll tell you. So now it looks like the Flyers have a 3-on-2 headed back the other way.
But they can't complete a pass.
Adam
They're
Pellick.
terrible.
Look at this. Oh, my God. Bad turnover there. Is that Anthony Beauvillier? Holy shit. Beauvillier with a bad turnover, and we get caught with our pants down.
That's a freaking mohawk. That guy's wearing a freaking mohawk.
Okay, that's a mohawk. The guy I was
looking
at.
That's the same guy I was talking about before.
Okay. I thought the guy you were talking about was the one with the fade afterwards.
The guy with the freaking orange rooster top, the mohawk. I said the mohawk. I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, Mayfield, you got to mark your man a little better there, too. It was a bad pass by Anthony Beauvillier out of the point. He leads it too far where Bailey can't get it. Takes a deflection in. Varlamov isn't able to control the rebound, and they're able to get a garbage goal. That's an Anders Lee type goal right there, Grumpy.
It sure is. And
the Islanders right now are actually challenging for offsides. So I'll be interested to see what that result is, right? If the Islanders go ahead and successfully get this offsides, they're going to be in a situation where the goal is taken off and the Islanders still have a 1-0 lead. If they do not win the challenge, they will be on the penalty kill.
That's because of the absolutely miserable zone entry when Philadelphia came in. I'm like that. They can't even complete a pass. We had to gift them a goal there. They're not very good. I'm sorry. If I'm a Flyers fan, I don't know. I consider picking another sport.
Another sport. Fair enough, Gumpy. Brett W. is saying, let's get back-to-back wins. Let's go Islanders for certain, Brett.
I expect back-to-back wins. Oh, look, they show you the situation room in Toronto.
Oh, God. Don't you hate that? The situation in Toronto. Let's go Islanders says, let's freaking go, boys.
Is it in? Is it in? Is it in?
He's on sides.
That's no, he's going to be off. He's off. He's offsides. And why was he off? Because it was a miserable pass. Because look where the pass was in his skates. All he has to do is make a good pass. He's onside. He's offsides.
What?
He's offsides. He's offsides. Both his skates were in before the puck was completely over the blue line. And it was because of that. It
doesn't need to be completely over the blue line.
It has to be completely over the blue line. The puck has to be completely over the blue line.
Okay. Yes. It's close. Okay. I guess it is offside. Grump, it's tough to see. I'm looking at a little tiny phone screen, so I apologize. It's tougher to me see. I'm squinting over here. But absolutely, Grump. So you're thinking it's going to be ruled no goal then?
That's correct.
All righty. Let's see here. He's coming out. The moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen.
Offsides. No go.
No go. All righty, Grumpy.
It's because they can't complete a pass. They can't complete a pass. That's what I was just saying. Watching that zone entry, I didn't realize he was offsides, but I'm like, My gosh, what an absolutely hard. I mean, just every pass is behind. They can't even complete a pass. Terrible.
Don't
Tonight's
you
a
like
good
how they?
challenge.
Don't
Good
you?
challenge by
It's a
Barry.
fantastic challenge. We usually win those challenges too. I
Yeah.
think our booth review team does a fantastic job.
They're excellent. I don't think have we ever lost one of those?
I think we've lost one, but it's like I remember we had a bad challenge where we tried to challenge for goaltender interference or something like that in the playoffs. I remember the last one we lost. The Flyers this season are 2-16-2 when the opponent scores first. Oh my God, you want to talk about woeful? They've lost. They only won 2 out of 20 games when the opponent scores first. My goodness,
We're not much better though. Lost puck.
My
by
God, Anders Lee stripped of the puck.
What about his chemistry with Matt Barzal? I wonder what that is. He looks invisible out there.
Oh, good gracious. Brett W said Wallstrom is out there. Time to shine. See what that kid's got. Okay, let's see here.
No, Wallstrom. Oh, okay.
I know he wasn't on the first line, but
yeah.
Yep, he's playing on that third line with Bellows and John Gabriel Pageau.
Oh, you got the $6 million man tumbling into the boards.
Wow.
You got a Clutterbuck stumbling around out there.
We've got an icing for the Islanders. About 8 minutes left remaining in the period. Grump, you'd argue, right? The Islanders have been the dominant team this first period.
Yes. Yeah. But just in spurts. We have been carrying action the whole time, just in spurts. And the Flyers, like I said, they're so miserable. They're not even a threat. I don't even look at them as a threat anymore.
Well, I mean, like, I think, you look at yesterday's goal, right? It was kind of a fluky goal in nature. I'm not saying that their goals today are going to have to be fluky in nature, but I wouldn't expect to see some, ticky-tack type of play to where, they look fantastic and string together, an offensive thing of beauty per se, like we've seen, from other teams. I don't expect that from this Flyers team. They're a team that, a lot of injuries, a lot of people out with I think COVID as well. And they've got, their team is just not very good. Simple as that.
And they have Mike Meow as their coach.
Jesus Christ. Well, again, that third line has generated offensive opportunities, and right now they've got it in the Philadelphia zone. Oliver Wahlstrom fighting for it down low. Kiefer Bellows kind of gets dispossessed, but again, he ties it up there along the boards. You got to love the fight. Oh, man. Wahlstrom's taking a few cross checks in the back.
I thought that was a point of emphasis with league officials calling those cross checks this year. I guess they forgot about that memo.
It only that cross check rule. How long did it last for? Would you say maybe about 3 weeks?
I was going to say 4 weeks. That's it.
Yeah, maybe next year it will last about like a month and a half. Maybe it'll last 6 weeks.
I'd rather see them call the cross checks because guys get hurt with that, as opposed to those little ticky tack stick on the hands fouls. That's like the worst penalty ever.
Like the worst penalty ever. Well, they dump it in deep, the Flyers do. And we're able to win that.
Oh, that was terrible by Brock Nelson.
My God, Brock Nelson. And now Robin Salo has to take a penalty because just an ill-advised, shitty pass by Brock Nelson gives an opportunity to the Flyers. My God, he drop passes as he's exiting the zone right in a danger spot, and it gets intercepted. Brock Nelson, you know better.
He did a drop pass at the face-off dot.
And of our zone, might I add.
Yeah, I'm just like, what are you doing?
Oh, and they're just showing the penalty. Obviously, it's a penalty. Why don't we show Brock Nelson's shitty pass? What is that? I'm
going to tell you what. Whenever you see the guys throw their hands up like this in the defensive zone, the referees should just automatically blow the whistle. Yes, it must be a penalty because anytime you do that, yes. And he's like, oh, don't worry, Barry. It's me, Brock. Oh, okay. Hey, who was out there? Young guy? Yeah, it was your fault, not Brock's fault.
Brock Nelson, just to give a little context for people who are just listening, grumpy old man, Barry Trotz is going there saying, what happened on that play? And Brock is trying to defend himself. I'm sorry, that's indefensible. He drop passes the puck when he's got a man on him, and it's intercepted before it has a chance to drop to Sal. He's got a prime opportunity to score, and Sal, all he could do was just is to hook the guy. But, man, Brock Nelson should know better than that.
I have a question. Do you think it's cruel to put ice skates on dogs?
They put ice skates on dogs?
Yeah, they're showing a little commercial. They got not his back paws, but his front paws have. And it's got to be miserable for the dog. Here's the thing. I'm watching the commercial. The dog looks like he's like, oh my God, what's going on here? Why are you torturing an animal like that?
I've got a Home Depot and a Pizza Hut commercial, Grump.
Oh, so. now, but they have that commercial on all the time. The poor little dog wearing ice skates on his front paws. He's like, oh, he's trying to run to keep up because, it's like, come on.
JG says, yes, yes, yes. Scott L saying, sup, guys, back to back cast, a rarity, but we'll definitely enjoy the play-by-play tonight because I can't watch it, not on TV.
Oh, so people like the play-by-play. Okay, I just want to make sure. They always say they do.
Brett W saying, it's on ESPN Plus. Let's Go Hounders saying, why the F are they starting Varlamov? WTF?
Back-to-back games.
Warzone Senior Citizen says, TJ, the most hydrated podcaster in sports.
Some would say overhydrated.
Overhydrated for certain. Tony Cheese saying, hey, what's up, Tony Cheese? Yeah, Brett W is saying there, Sallow. Michael B saying, unfreaking believable about Parise on the first line.
Not a surprise. It's not a surprise.
Why? Okay, here's the thing. Why is Oliver Wahlstrom not being given a chance on that first line? Why is Parise cemented in, right? We gave Bellows a chance, who was captain healthy scratch. Think about it. Bellows was a healthy scratch on a consistent basis. We're giving Zach Parise that opportunity before Oliver Wahlstrom. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like that Bellows and Wahlstrom are playing together, but come on. Wahlstrom can provide more of a scoring touch than Parise can.
Oh, I tell you what, the Flyers power play has good movement on it, but they just can't finish.
Yep.
They just can't finish.
That's the same thing I thought too.
I mean, that was nice movement. I mean, just those passes were really pinpoint, and then it gets down low and they just shit the bed.
The Islanders' penalty kill is 10th in the NHL, while the Flyers' power play is 28th. Man, oh man, you talk about, I mean, they're 28th. The Washington Capitals we played 2 games ago now. It was 29th. So the power play units we've been facing have not been fantastic.
Yeah, I it's all relative at this point in time, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's about
we're going to start playing some good teams, and those are the litmus tests. So far, we have not passed it at all this year.
And Claude Giroux always seems to own the Islanders, but holy shit, Varlamov. This is why Sorokin should be in net. This is why, if the kid can play, you put him in. Think about how many point-blank opportunities and chances that Sorokin saved yesterday, and Varlamov lets in that complete weakie. He's guaranteed for one weak-ass goal a game, and that was weak. That was Sharm and soft. Awful. Yeah. Varlamov unable to control and unable to realize the ricochet off the boards, and it slips in behind him. My God almighty, he's way out of position, and it allows for an easy tap-in by James Van Riemsdyk, and Varlamov just not ready to stop the puck. Christ almighty.
It was kind of fluky off the backboards, but he's got to close up quicker.
Think about the goal they scored yesterday, right? They just threw the puck towards the middle of the ice. It bounces off of Noah Dobson, and Sorokin doesn't catch it until late, and it goes high blocker side in the net. And this one, right, bounces off the side of the boards. Varlamov slides too far. It slinks in between his legs, and then James Van Riemsdyk's able to go ahead and knock it home. It's a 1-1 tie with 5 minutes left remaining. The Philadelphia Flyers are able to pot in a power play goal, but that is not good. How is that icing? That is not good for the Islanders. I'll tell you, for a period where I think they've looked a better team, they give up what would, you consider a fluky goal, maybe a soft goal by Varlamov. Now it's a tied game.
We look good in spurts, and the Flyers have looked okay in spurts too. I'm just glad that they didn't count that first goal.
I was about to say, we'd be down 2-1 right now if that's the case.
I mean, but Varlamov he's always good for a weak goal a game.
That's what makes them starting him tonight after Sorokin had played. So Sorokin was the number 1 star, fantastic yesterday, and we put in Varlamov back in net. It does not make sense to me because guess what? Do you think they're going to roll Sorokin or Varlamov out against Arizona? Probably Varlamov against easier competition and maybe Sorokin against Toronto, right?
Like I said, I wouldn't play Varlamov unless the kid said he was tired.
And I'm sure he's not tired. They've had how many extended breaks? I couldn't assume he's tired at this point.
I mean,
they just took him with a 12-game break.
He's been the best player on the team this year consistently, Sorokin.
I agree.
I love Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Absolutely. And he says, shit, that it's Parise and not Wahlstrom with Barzal. Ugh.
I guess we've learned what was going to happen when Barry came back, pretty much, haven't we?
I would say.
He put Kiefer Bellows in a position to fail, and then he buries him because that's what he does. He's nothing if not predictable.
James F saying, Sallow, baby. Guys, what the hell is the game? What channel is the game on? Bergman, you're killing me. It is on ESPN Plus. And Want You to Decide says, what channel the game on? It is ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus. And Brian P saying, Parise on the first line. Laughing faces. Oh, I tell you. Brett W says, that's almost as bad as Josh Bailey. What is Trotz even thinking? Grump, what's worse, having Josh Bailey on the first line or Zach Parise?
What's the difference? What's the difference?
Neither
one of them are first line players. There is no difference. There's no difference having either one of them on that line.
I'd say it's worse to have Bailey, no? I mean, Bailey won't shoot when he's in prime opportunities. At least Parise would have shot on that opportunity against the Capitals, right?
And you know what he would have done? He would have hit the goalie right in the crest because he can't shoot anymore.
Corey Kidd says, hi, what's up, Corey? Jake F saying, what channel game on? ESPN Plus. Michael B saying, today's my birthday, so the Islanders are definitely going to cough up a stinker. Happy birthday, Michael.
Well, we hope not, but you never know.
Grumpy, you going to give him a birthday shout out to Michael? That's what I was trying to. People love when you give the shout outs, Grump.
Okay. Yes. Happy birthday, Michael. I just don't want. He's negative. See, he's thinking negative. Where I'm Mr. Positivity over here.
I know you hate the Flyers. I feel like that's why you're so enveloped in this game. You hate the Flyers, Grump.
I do hate the Flyers. I hate them. I despise them.
Oh my God, I'll tell you.
Nice by Dobson tying up Lindholm in front of the net, though, for no second opportunity. Where's Chara? Where's Chara? Is that his job? Is that his job is just to stand in front of the net and not do anything? He's probably what's he doing?
Chara switches and says, he's marking his man is what he's doing. But
he wasn't marking anybody. He was chasing his man.
He points at him afterwards. That's my guy right there.
That should be Chara's spot. Isn't that Chara's spot, though, really?
You would like to think. Rusty Spooner saying, hi, Grumpy, TJ, and everyone. What's up, Rusty? How are you? It's odd, right? I would say the Islanders carried most of the action today. And as of recent, I'd say that the Flyers, after this goal, have gotten a little bit of a late push. Wouldn't you, Grumpy?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's both teams have just had like little spurts where they've been good. I think the Islanders have had a little bit more, but you look at shots on goal and chances, they're pretty even. Hart hasn't had to be fantastic, and the one goal he gave up, he should have stopped. I'm sorry.
Now,
they just can't make a pass.
The Flyers could not. We did a good job of playing strong on the blue line right there. And, dude, who goes down to his ass? But we do a good job of playing that blue line strong, and the Flyers can't get zone entry. But I would say, even though it has looked somewhat sloppy again today, yesterday's game I felt like was even sloppier.
Way better than yesterday.
Yes.
Today's game is way better than yesterday's.
It makes for a better viewing experience for people who just are casual hockey fans too. I mean, yesterday's game with how sloppy it was hard to watch at times.
And the worst thing for most people who don't have ESPN Plus is they can't see the game. So,
Grumpy, I'll let you do some play-by-play then if you want to. That's fine. I figure most people don't like it. Most people just want to hear us talk about things.
No. You realize you say people don't want us, but everyone always says they want play-by-play, except for you.
Warzone Senior Sister says, grumpy old man. Oh, I want to smash the monitor seeing Parise on the first line and on the power play over Bellows. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like smash your remote time whenever you see those guys come out there.
Usually all Grumpy has to do is just watch Bailey.
Bailey has been back to his invisible self today.
Yep.
He's done nothing. Which,
like I said, game we saw effort out of Josh Bailey, and I saw, he was actually hustling. He was, playing a full 200-foot game. My God Almighty! What an opportunity for the Flyers, and the Islanders were not clearing out Flyers in front of the net.
What I was going to say is that the Flyers are playing much more aggressive in front of the net. I mean, yesterday they were disastrous. Yesterday, they still can't handle a puck. I've never seen a team. That's a nice body check by the Flyer guy.
Yep.
But
Matt Martin with a bad turnover gives an opportunity back to the Flyers. What a bad turnover by Martin.
$6 million doesn't get you what it used to. That's all I got to say.
I mean, this is technically the last game that Martin could be in if they do want to go ahead and roll back out Ross Johnson. Ross Johnson serving the last game of his 3-game suspension for the hit he had delivered to the head earlier on last week, Grumpy.
I'll be interested to see what Barry does. I kind of like Lane Lambert in there because it seemed like the younger guys actually got a legitimate shot, and they seem to play better under Lane Lambert. Probably because under that dictatorial style of Barry Trotz, they gripped their sticks a little bit tighter than they should.
And did you see down low, Matt Martin was the guy whose man had about 2 or 3 whacks at the opportunity on Varlamov, who he just was not clearing out in front of the net. I mean, come on. Oh, God. Oh, man. Well, that's a good job. Good job by Parise.
Well, not really.
He needed a shot. He made it a contested shot attempt. My God, we are getting shelled. The last 5 minutes has been all Flyers. I mean, Varlamov is getting. I mean, he's getting an array of shots coming his way, and it's the first line who's hemmed up in their own zone right now.
You know, I wonder. Yesterday, we didn't see the first line getting hemmed in their own zone. Maybe it's because Kiefer Bellows was on the line yesterday. Because Zach Parise, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh man, I tell you, it's just you don't like to see it. I wouldn't say it's directly that. I know what you're trying to do, Grumpy, but man, oh man. We have not looked good after the Flyers have scored this goal, right?
Good news, though.
Shot differential.
Good news. Boston has been on a roll, but they're going to start playing a couple of tougher teams now. Let's see what happens. They're down 2-0 to Carolina. That's a team we're never beating, ever, never freaking ever.
Brian P. saying that's Barry. He hates young, skilled players, and he loves the washed-up veterans.
Yes, Brian. And you know what Brian's part of?
What is Brian a part of, Grump?
Isles Misery, rated R.
What's Isles Misery, rated R, Grumpy?
That's a Facebook fan group of Islanders, of smart, intelligent fans, ones who just don't drink the Kool-Aid.
It absolutely is, Grumpy old man. But ever since the Islanders have given up that power play goal, they were outshot, I believe, 5-0 after that power play goal. So the Flyers are really taking it to us. About a minute left in the period. The Islanders need to get to the end of this with a tie. I mean, you don't like to see the momentum you had early on just kind of get washed away with, a power play goal given up and then just poor play.
But let's be honest, a way better game to watch than yesterday.
For certain it is.
Here's a break.
Pajot with an opportunity.
It's
unfortunate, right? I wouldn't say he's getting rode, but you're looking at a defenseman who was doing a good job of making that a contested shot. Jean-Gabriel Pajot not really able to put much of a move on, and he has to keep it to the forehand. Ooh.
And who's the defenseman number 8? Oh, it's Prokhorov. Nice job by him. He's a guy who's really not developed after his first couple of years, where it looked like, hey, he could be a really good defenseman. He's kind of taken a couple of steps back.
Provorov he was a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Ivan Provorov.
And there you see Bellows right off the bat. I'm getting the puck. I'm shooting it.
Well, that's something, again, when the Islanders struggle, they don't get enough shots on net. When they are generating opportunities, they're shooting. Hey, they're getting opportunities. They need to go ahead, and even the funny shots from funny angles can find their way in the back of the net, Grump.
And as much as I like Kiefer Bellows, there was a chance he saw that puck coming around the backside, and he wound up throwing a body check after the guy got rid of the puck. But it seemed like he was a little bit late getting started going after that puck, where maybe he could have dispossessed the Flyer player. It looks like he was just a little slow recognizing, or maybe he didn't see the puck. I don't know, but he could have turned that into a better play than he did.
And Salo lost the puck behind the net, but Jean-Gabriel Pajot does a good job of fighting, winning that puck back. But the Islanders ice the puck. 8 seconds remaining left in the period, Grumpy old man. Mr. B said, I'd take Grumpy's play-by-play over the U.S.-based NHL broadcast other than the Islanders.
There you go.
It is on ESPN Plus. Nick D says, why is Kiefer not on the first line? I'm done now if the guy's mentioned or not. I don't know if the guy was mentioned or not. Yeah, so he is on the third line, Nick D.
Yeah, and that's where, if he's going to play, that's where Barry wants him. That's where he wants him. And when Palmieri comes back in the lineup, you'll see Palmieri, even though he's got 1 goal this year, he'll somehow make it to the first line. And Kiefer Bellows, who has 4? He will be sitting on the bench.
Yep, and they're going to move Parise back to the left wing.
That's
and you
right.
say, hey, we're going to see the exact same lineup. Guess what? When Pulock comes back, Robin Salo is going to leave the lineup, and we're going to see the exact same lineup we saw opening night, and you're going to see the exact same lineup that we saw on that away trip or the 13-game road trip to where we got smacked game in and game out. We're going to see the same exact lineup.
And my biggest concern is, what do you do with Noah Dobson at that point? He's certainly, I think he's your best right-handed defenseman.
Yes.
And you know he's not going to play. It's going to be Pulock and Pelech. Are you going to leave the second pairing as Dobson and Chara? Or, because you know he loves himself some Scott Mayfield, who I love also, but he's nowhere near as good as Dobson at this point, is he going to make put Green with Mayfield as a second pairing, or whatever the mix is going to be, and have Dobson get limited minutes as a third pairing? That's my concern.
Dobson should be playing 20, 21 minutes a night. He's looked fantastic. He's scored goals. He's produced offensively. He's been a dynamo on the power play. Noah Dobson has really excelled since he's been given the opportunity once Pulock's been out injured and once COVID hit. The one thing I think that needs to be done is we need to go back and reinstitute Pulock and Pelech. We saw earlier on in the year when they were split up, the play on the ice was not good with them individually. So they need to both be on the ice together, Grump. But agreed. I'm going to give you a post here, Grump. I'm going to let you read that, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's take a look and see what it says. Do either of you think the reason Lane Lambert hasn't already left is because he's already been promised the head coaching position at the end of Barry's contract? No. He's a Barry guy. He's only interviewed for one job, was Anaheim 2 years ago. And, sometimes guys have been assistants for so long, maybe they don't aspire to be head coaches. I don't think that's the case with him, but I just think he's extremely loyal to Barry. And I don't think that's the reason. They're not looking to let Barry go. Let's be honest, right? They're not looking to dump Barry Trotz, regardless of what we think they should do. They're happy with what they're doing so far with him. And he's been good. I mean, you get to the semifinals 2 years in a row. I mean, that's not really a failure, but is Barry a guy who can put you over the top? I don't think so. Is he a guy who is willing to work younger players into the lineup? I don't think so. I like what I saw from Lane Lambert. And, the fact that he was not afraid to play the younger guys, put them in more high leverage situations. I mean, that's what you should be doing. And it just, like I said, I was afraid when Barry came back, we're going to see more of the same old. And, I thought that maybe Barry was telling Lane Lambert what he wanted him to do. And Lane maybe read it a little bit differently. And that's why the younger guys were playing. But now with Barry back in charge, it's just, it's back to what it's always been. And it just drives me crazy because Barry's system is not going to enable us to make the playoffs this year. Just not going to be able to. So, just like I said, for me, everyone knows my status on Barry. It's like, hey, you're going to have to do certain things if you want to stay with the team. And that's just the way I feel about it. And I think fans now are starting to see the things that we've been talking about for the last year and a half. They're starting to see it now. And I hopefully we played a little bit of part in that, actually. Where people are starting to recognize things. Hey, because usually you don't really, unless you're really watching intently, you don't even think about it. The young players not playing, but now, we pointed out, it's like, oh yeah, it's pretty obvious.
And I think other people had seen it and they just, what I mean? Us talking about it, I think also gives a voice to that point, because if we weren't talking about it, do you know any other site or anybody else who would even mention this or bring this up? I mean, you look at a lot of the articles that are written on the internet and the podcast, nobody talks about this. Nobody does. So, it's one of those things that, I wonder if we weren't talking about it or other people weren't talking about it, right? You just feel like you're alone in your thought process. And I'm one of the only ones. I'm here fighting with people on Facebook, and I run across, the Islanders sycophant fans that believe Luke can do no wrong and Barry's a god. He never makes a mistake. And you think to yourself, am I crazy? No, you're not, because there's people that believe just like you, and it's me and Grumpy and everybody else who's a part of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast family.
Yes.
Got a comment here. Frank K saying Barry making sure Bellows is benched.
Yeah, he's setting them up, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Yep.
I mean,
Rusty Spooner saying here, we have goal scorers, and then we waste them by not playing them together. It's truly baffling watching this continuously happen for years now. Thank God for Wahlstrom.
Why isn't Wahlstrom playing in a top six role Why isn't Kiefer Bellows playing a top 6 role? Zach Parise is not a top 6 player anymore.
No.
I mean, Josh Bailey is not a top 6 player, and these guys get top 6 minutes. It's like, why? Why?
Yep, I don't disagree at all. And I tell you, Grump, you talk about, right, Anthony Beauvillier. We'll see if Anthony Beauvillier catches some blame, for bad passes and turnovers in his own defensive zone. I'll be interested to see how that works, Grumpy, in a post-game interview, because, Barry said, hey, he didn't think much of Bellows there on that first line right wing. But
and I tell you what, he was so nasty. He was so nasty about it, and he realized it. And then he kind of backpedaled. Oh, it's not really Kiefer's fault. I mean, we're going to have that because I DVR'd it. I copied it. I sent it to TJ. That was an embarrassing interview with that question from Andrew Gross. I'm like, you got to be kidding. First, he gives him the kiss-ass question, which I cut out because I just can't listen to that stuff.
Hey, Barry, how does it feel to be your first game back on the bench coaching the Islanders? How does it feel to get this team headed in the right direction with a win? How does that feel, Barry Trotz? You like that? You like that you're winning games?
And then he just goes out and just buries Bellows, just buries him. And then he's like, oh, shit. You could tell. You could see the boop, 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 boop. You see his eyes kind of twip. Go, oh, geez. Yep, I went a little overboard.
I can't say exactly what I'm thinking there. I wasn't expecting that question. I answered it accurately.
Then he's starting to do the backstroke. The backstroke his way out of that.
Oh, man.
Shit.
Oh, Alexander said.
So transparent.
Alexander here saying, and trust me, we're going to talk about that a lot tomorrow. Wednesday, we have the podcast at 8 p.m., so make sure you don't miss out. Alexander said, I said it, that Robin Salo is only going to get better. This kid has so much talent, Grump.
He's not good enough defensively right now. But here's the thing. I still want him playing. I want him to learn at the NHL level. Yes, I do. But he's not. It's obvious he's not there yet. Like I said, he's not even as good defensively as Sebastian Aho right now.
Grumpy, I've got to give Tony Cheese some credit. I just want to thank you, Tony Cheese. Now we finally have, if you could see it, we finally have TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That podcast is attached to this page. So now if you go on, if you're subscribed, right, you'll be able to see the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast right below. That's where you can find it out and subscribe to that channel. Look at that, Grumpy. Got to give credit to Tony Cheese.
You have to hit us with the thumbs up on YouTube. Why? Because it helps our algorithm.
I think maybe. I don't know.
No, they do. That's at least I heard that. I happened to hear something on some other little podcast, just happened to pop up, and that's what they said right at the beginning. Hey, hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I don't know if it does or not. That's what these people seem to think. So I'm going to go, hey, hit the thumbs up button.
Andrew L. said, Grump is a hell of a lot better on the play-by-play.
Thank you, Andrew. Even though TJ likes to just shut me down. All I said is, Noah Dobson carrying the fucking zone. Stop. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that.
I said, oh, man, nobody wants to hear that, Grump.
No, you were nasty as usual.
Okay. I think maybe we're somewhere in the middle. I'm pretty sure I didn't say it the way I said it, and there's no way I said it the way you said it.
It was worse than I said it.
Frank K said, we need a new coach who gives youngsters a real shot. Barry had to make sure to trash Bellows.
That's right, Frank.
The tinfoil conspiracy theorist self came out, and I said, well, hold on a second. Kyle Palmieri's 85% per Kyle Palmieri, per Barry Trotz. So I'm thinking to myself, would he be available maybe for Saturday's game or Friday's game against the Arizona Coyotes? Perhaps, right? 85%. I mean, he's got Tuesday to recover all day today, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, you got 2 additional days. And then Friday, he might be a game time decision. If that's the case, we sure as hell know Kyle Palmieri is going to be put right back in the lineup as soon as he's off the IR. And this was just a way for him to say, Bellows performed poorly, and then we buried him on the third line, and he didn't do too much, so he's going to go right back to the bench, despite all of the prior production and the successful performances he had under Lane Lambert, and even beforehand when we had injuries. We're going to completely forget that.
And he's going to say, it's not what Kiefer's done. He's been really good, but, Kyle Palmieri, his experience – we need that for the playoff push. And, he's a proven performer, the same line of bullshit. And he knew here's the thing. He knew what he was going to do even long before he knew. He knew as soon as Palmieri's coming back, oh, well, he's not guaranteed a spot. Yeah, right. So full of shit.
Yep, absolutely. Grumpy, I'll show you a little bit of the stats. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't actually have the stats pulled up. I apologize. Show you a little bit of the stats at half or at the end of the first intermission. The Flyers lead in the shots category 12-9. A little different than yesterday's game. I think we were tied, or the Islanders had to lead after one.
Way more shot attempts, though. You look at the block shots. Yesterday, neither team was blocking shots. Nobody was taking shots. It was just sloppy, just continually turning the puck over. Today's a much better game. Much better to watch, honestly.
Thank God. Thank goodness, Grumpy. Everybody loves when the Islanders play good hockey. Alexander saying, Barry continues to disappoint me and is pissing me off.
He's not the only one.
James F. said, Bettman, you're killing me.
Smalls, you're killing me.
Brett W. saying, Jack Capuano is available. We know he would play the youth. Oh, man. Brett W. saying, TJ, that's a Mohawk. I missed it. I'm sorry. I missed the first one.
And he was so adamant. You see how he just, no, stupid grumpy old man. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, dude, I know what a Mohawk. Maybe they changed the name of it. Now that's possible. Who the hell knows? That's a Mohawk, though.
Okay. As I'm bouncing through everything, Grump, I take a glance. I'm like, oh, man, is old Grumpy just confusing a fade with a Mohawk? I was wrong. I'll admit it when I'm wrong. Adriel said, come on, TJ. You can serve me sometimes. That is a Mohawk.
If I tell him that he's wrong, nope, it doesn't matter. But other people tell him he's wrong. Oh, okay, maybe I am wrong.
Brian P. said, remember, Philly is missing Couturier, Hayes, Brassard, and Thompson, all centers. You should take care of them. Think about it. They have lost 8 games in a row, and they're missing 4 centers, right? Hayes had some drain. He had some fluid drained. Sean Couturier is fantastic. Derek Brassard, meh, and Thompson, yeah. So, I mean, they're missing those 4 centers off of this Philadelphia Flyers team. We should be cleaning up in the dot. It doesn't matter that the Flyers have the last change. Look how many centers are out for the Flyers at the moment.
Yeah, Couturier is a big loss. Hayes played last night, but he was kind of nondescript also. So he was obviously had something going on. Brassard, who cares?
Rich A saying, Grumpy is on drugs. No way Char is better than Salo. Aho is not an NHL defenseman,
I'm
period.
saying defensively. Salo's not been good defensively. He just hasn't been.
Ryan F. saying, I like Aho over Salo right now.
That's right, Ryan. And here's the thing. And Sebastian Aho is not an NHL defenseman. He's a good number 7. But he should not be playing all the time. And if you're going to play at all, it's certainly a bottom pairing guy. But right now, defensively, and the plays they make in defensive end, Salo's struggling there. I'm not saying he doesn't have upside. I'm not saying he should sit. What I'm saying is pump the brakes on him because he's not there defensively right now. And I do like he's getting a little bit certainly he's not afraid to take shots now, and he's rushing the puck a little bit more. So the offensive side of the game is coming. But defensively, he's not there yet. That's all I'm saying.
And again, he's working with a new partner, right? Andy Green. I mean, think about it. He's playing on the NHL ice surface. He played a few games in the A. He looked fantastic. Now he's playing at the NHL level, kind of getting his bearings underneath him, working with a new partner. There's a lot going on. Wow, Carolina. The first isn't even over. They're up 2-0. The Carolina Hurricanes are up 5-1 over the Boston Bruins.
Boston's a team is very similar to us. And they don't match up with teams like Carolina, Florida, Tampa Bay. Too much speed. Speed kills. Ugh.
Dude, this goal that Varlamov gave up is hideous. And it's the reason why freaking Sorokin should have started again tonight.
Yeah.
Try to see if I can get that pulled up here as I'm reading through comments. Jeremy F. saying, good evening, fellas. Hope you're having a great evening and all the best with the show. Well, thanks, Jeremy. Always. I appreciate it.
Right. Old St. Andrews.
James F. saying the game is also on Hulu.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Jeremy F. saying just tuning in now for the offsides call. That offside ruling replay kills me. That they need to go get this rule right to the nth of the degree when all of the other egregious infractions go on.
What they should do if a coach thinks the play is offside, he should call the official over right away. And challenge, not wait till there's a goal scored or something like that, because then they got to, let's say they spend 3 minutes in there now you in the offensive zone before they score. Now you get to add 3 minutes back to the game. It's like, come on, fellas.
And for those who didn't happen to catch, catch the actual goal Varlamov gave up. And again, Sorokin was fantastic last night. I mean, look at this. You want to talk about a pathetic display. I mean, like, here's the thing. He's guaranteed for one weak ass goal game. He's so far out of the net. He lets it. It's a double 5-hole goal, Grump. It goes into 5-hole to get to James Van Riemsdyk, and then James Van Riemsdyk gets back through the 5-hole.
I like that. I like that. A double 5-hole goal. I was going to ask what it was. You explained it, though. Good.
Admittedly, I did take it from this post, and I said, I'm like, okay, double 5-hole goal. I'll give credit here. Ryan Gilbert, he said a double 5-hole. So I like it. I'll coin it off. I like the double 5-hole goal. But Jesus, man, after what we saw last night out of Sorokin, and this is what we see. And again, we're still a tied game, but you really hope that goal against doesn't go ahead and come back to haunt us.
Well, at least they didn't get the offsides goal. So that's, to me, that there you go. There's your trade-off.
And then Tony Chi says, hold the fudge up. You're watching the game off of a cell phone and you can't borrow your wife's laptop or I always watch off my cell phone.
I don't know how you can ever watch a game off a cell phone and see anything that matters. Maybe it's my old eyes, but I'm like, I can't be looking at something this small and make any.
James F saying, stop with the meow, Grumpy.
He didn't say stop with the meow. He said, stop the meow.
Meow. I hate when you do that. But keep doing it. I don't care. James F says, guys, the game was so good. I'm going to Friday night. Well, here's the thing. Friday night, you're going to have a good chance to see him win. They're playing the Arizona Coyotes. You'd like to think that's a game that the Islanders feel comfortably that they can win.
You realize the Coyotes are not the worst team in the league anymore?
Or was it the Montreal Canadiens fired general manager today?
Yeah, well, they should have fired everybody.
Well, yeah, they need to clean house.
You go from Stanley Cup Finals to like 19 points.
Albeit they caught lightning in a bottle. That's why they got to the Stanley Cup Finals. Their team wasn't all that talented. They lucky to squeak into the playoffs last season, and they caught lightning in a bottle. I mean, to expect the same exact results, kind of unrealistic, but I mean, what we saw this year out of them has been pathetic.
Oh, there's that piece of shit Gritty skating around. I hate that guy.
Look at him. He's trying to break the Islanders insignia. Screw you, Gritty. Ugh, who likes Gritty?
He's a googly-eyed bastard.
I do. He is so odd. He scares the kids, and it's good that they have that little.
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Oh, Kevin Weeks and Butchergrass, John Butchergrass, are calling the game today.
Butchergrass. Yeah, Frank C saying these announcers are lost on ESPN. James F saying, you guys, Islanders have Monty the dog. Unfortunately, not Coco, which we had opined for. Oh man. Tony Chi saying Bailey knows how to do a drop pass. Just saying. I like Josh Bailey.
Yeah, usually that yesterday's drop pass because he just lost the puck off his stick.
Jerben saying Kyle, Michael Del Cole, Paul Mary.
Yeah.
Oh man. Jimmy S saying good evening, boys. Good evening. Good evening. James F saying my son said we should get rid of the Sparkle the dragon and replace him with a horse for Belmont. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's Sparky. Yeah, but do you want dogs like shitting in the stadium, walking through the concourse, dumping a load all the time? Somebody with a shovel and a trash can. I just don't think that's a lot.
Not an actual horse, Grumpy, but like somebody dressed up as a horse, like one of those buff horses like you see with BYU. Or no, I'm sorry, Boise State.
Okay, well,
second period is underway, Grumpy.
Yeah, I hate to interrupt, but yeah.
Mr. B said maybe Bellis didn't show his commitment by purchasing a house.
Very true, like Kyle Palmieri did.
Oh, man. Islanders need to come back and reestablish some momentum early here in the second period after kind of getting shown the ropes in the last 5 minutes of that first period.
And we're seeing the artists formerly known as the identity line on the ice.
Ooh, I'll tell you, that was a shot that was kind of missed the net. Oh, my God. We got a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Flyers right now.
But then the Flyers.
Good job by Pelech.
I'll tell you what, Farabee has taken a step back this year.
We could say that's a good job by Pelech, though, deflecting and interrupting.
Yeah, okay. You got to make a bet. You got to be able to get that pass across. I'm sorry. Did he even look the other way? Did he even look?
Pelech, I think you're going to see Pelech did a good job of confronting and forcing the issue. He cut down the angle, and he was in good spot. I give credit to Pelech on that.
There's Barry going, how else can I screw Bellows? And now I got to get rid of Wallstrom. How can I do
Third
that?
most games and wins as a head coach, NHL head coach. I mean, this guy's been around in the NHL for a long time, Grumpy.
Can I bring Thomas Hickey up so I can get rid of Dobson as well?
No, come on. He's not doing that. I will say, oh, geez. Almost sneaks its way in, Grump.
Nah, not really. Nice and calm, Dobson, clearing the puck over to Pavillier.
Pavilier's kind of looked in.
Nice entry dump, and there's Josh Bailey. Well, never getting there.
He put a little bit of a pressure on him, Grump.
No, really? No,
a little bit. I said a little bit, not all the way.
You're right. He was 4 foot away from him. That's putting pressure on. And Bailey's got the puck again. If you can imagine that back pass, he knows how to do that.
Chara, who lets us back pass from the point.
Ooh,
I tell you, better be careful. And of course, we get Brock Nelson. Brock freaking Nelson again gets a freaking penalty on that.
You will never see Barry call him out. Never gets called out.
Think about this. Brock Nelson's had a shitty game today.
It's dumb.
He sees the numbers. Why? Why that check? He sees the numbers. That's the rule, right? When you see the numbers next to the boards, you can't lay the check, and he does.
The distance and how close he was to the board. That was the problem. He was like in that no man's land, like 2 foot away from the boards. Oh. And the fact that he crumpled like a wet newspaper didn't help either. Because I was watching the referee and he didn't do it till Kopechny did a little crumpled job. That whistle, Rocky.
Think about the bench. Think about this. I mean, the Flyers did score their first goal on the power play too, worth mentioning. But Brock Nelson led to the penalty that the Islanders gave up a goal. Or I'm sorry, the Islanders gave up a goal on. Remember, he made that shitty drop pass to where Salo then did the hook. Holy shit! You want to talk about a one-time opportunity, man? Oh man, the box did not look steady right there on the penalty kill for the Islanders.
Yeah, but we were a little bit more aggressive trying to confront at the blue line. But only Pelech did. Everybody else hung back. So when Atkinson goes around him, there's nobody else there.
Yeah, I tell you, it's Jesus Christ. We're on like a different page. But again, to talk about it, he gave up essentially the penalty because of the poor pass to Robin Salo, the drop pass, which Salo then had to hook, and it led to the power play goal. And now he takes a poor boarding penalty. Brock Nelson has not had a good game this evening. I wonder if they're going to talk about that in a press conference, right? We can't have veterans enforcing bad penalties and making bad mistakes in their own zone. He's had a bad game, a woeful game today.
I'll tell you what, they're scared to ask him questions. He and Lou, they're scared. They're scared to ask him questions because they want to be liked, or they want to make sure we get the access we need, and let's be their pal. That's exactly what they want. Same thing with Belichick in New England. The people there are scared to ask him questions. To me, that's when you should bombard them with questions, just to show them I'm not taking any of your crap.
1 minute remaining on the power play, Grump. The Flyers again have good movement. Haven't been able to really get many shots on net, though, with that movement.
There's Claude Giroux. You know what? He'll never win a Stanley Cup.
If he gets traded, he's an unrestricted free agent. I think that's a guy. I mean, you talk about a team. The Flyers need to restructure, rebuild. They've been hideous this year, and they made a lot of cosmetic changes in the offseason. It didn't work out for him. Claude Giroux is a guy I'm trading if I'm the Flyers. I mean, you're going to get some sort of return. He still averages about 0.7 points a game. You're going to get at least a first plus for Claude Giroux.
I think you're overestimating what guys are going to get.
We gave up a first and a fourth for
that's us. No, not the rest of the teams in the league aren't dumbasses like we.
A one-time attempt. Varlamov does come up big on the save, and let's see if Chara is able to clear the puck out of the zone. About 30 seconds left remaining on the penalty kill for the Islanders.
I think that was the first shot on the power play, though. For all the time they had in the zone, I don't think they had any shots on goal.
Yeah, there's a reason why the power play struggled. I know they've got a power play goal tonight. They've got good movement, but just can never finish, it seems like, for the Flyers.
You had two Flyers coming in the zone, skating on top of one another and turning the puck over. I'm just
Alexander saying Barzal has got to storm into Barry's office and demand scores on his line. And shake him ahead, Varlamov.
They have to do something. Hey, that's a nice save by Varlamov. He got over there. His lateral movement is not, it's his thing. He's not Sorokin. Don't expect him to be Sorokin. That's not who he is. He has limitations. He's solid in that. He's a good backup. Very good backup in this system. Look at him. Ooh, nice smooth pickup by Varlamov.
He sees that unimpeded shot from the point. He comes up with the glove save. Hey, the Flyers are saying, let's put as many pucks as possible towards the net. Hell, we missed the net wide by a large margin. We were able to squeak one through. Let's put shots on Varlamov. And I love how they're showing it. Oh, Varlamov has 15 saves on 16 shots. And they're probably saying he's doing a fantastic job this evening and completely omitting the hideous goal he allowed.
The one thing, he's usually only good for 1 weeky a game, so I'd expect to get another one, I think, is a mistake.
Yes.
He's usually pretty good after he gives up that 1 weeky, though.
And the Islanders are able to kill off the penalty kill.
Yeah, this Farabee, he's never seen a pass he didn't want to shoot. Never seen a puck he didn't want to shoot.
Well, it's good to have players with that type of mindset.
Yeah, except when it's a 2-on-1. You got to make a pass.
Ooh. That puck goes right across almost the crease there, Varlamov. But no shot comes of it, Grump. Is it the fourth line we have back out here on the ice?
No, this is
I'm sorry, third line.
Yeah.
John Gabriel Pajot, Kiefer Bellows, and Oliver Wahlstrom on the ice.
And Barzell's out there also, so maybe he's changing the lines up a little bit because Anders Lee's been just miserable. So let's say, hey, let's bench Kiefer Bellows and Oliver Wahlstrom. And oh no, I'm sorry.
They got the normal first line back out there.
It just took a long time for Anders Lee to get on the ice.
A long time for us to notice him. A long time for him to come in the picture frame. Right now, the Flyers out shooting the Islanders 16-10, about 5 minutes into the second period. Oh, nice little try to throw a check there by Parise.
That's a nice. There's the Malachi crunch by Green and Sallow.
I like it. I was worried they're going to call tripping or something like that, but
no.
I've seen weirder things called before, Grump, and I wasn't sure if his knee made contact.
No, they might have a penalty go like this: Malachi crunch, 2 and 4.
Oh man. They're showing time in the offensive zone. I mean, the Flyers, again, look like they're carrying action this period. They are putting a heavy forecheck on the Islanders, and we look hemmed in our own zone as of recent after this.
Yeah, but no scoring chances, though. That's the key thing. You can have offensive zone time, but everything was to the outside, so no concern there.
We've got the second line.
Lavillier hustling. What's Bailey doing? Nothing.
Well, look, there's Bailey with a tiny bit of hustle.
Yeah, but what did he do? He saw a guy with the puck. I'm going to just kind of skate away from him.
Ooh, Char better watch out.
Don't want a physical confrontation here.
Yeah. I was worried about a little interference call. And the Flyers, I tell you. Oh, grumpy.
I tell you what, I think there's definitely an ice issue at UBS Arena.
Because nobody's falling on the ice here like they did yesterday. And yesterday we saw people, and we've seen this all year long, Islanders and the opposing team, whoever we're playing against, they're slipping and sliding all over the ice. They're falling on their ass. They're falling on their face. And on this ice surface, we noticed that there's none of those issues. So
none of the tumbling. Oh, here's the playoff prediction.
Yes, the Islanders on this prediction, they said need to win 78.4% of the remaining points this season in order to make the playoffs. Think about that, guys. And I've got the screenshot. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. They need to win 78.4 points of all available points the rest of the year. Ooh.
And I'm going to say we're probably not going to get any points in the last 10 games of the year. So I look at the schedule. So you're going to have to make a lot of hay in every other game.
Well, you got to win games early and often. That much. Ooh. Pellick been able to keep it at the point, and it looks like the Flyers almost had a 2-on-1. A good job by Mayfield breaking things up, though. Oh. Maybe we've got a little opportunity going the other way. The third line on the ice. Wahlstrom unable to feed the puck to Bellows, though.
I know Pellick made the All-Star game. You really think he's deserving? My gosh. And there's Giroux. He tripped over the blue line there. Oh
my God! What an opportunity! He's slamming away at it. Jesus, man, oh man, that third line's been hemmed in their own zone for quite some time. I think.
Oh
my God, Varlamov! What the hell is he doing? He's a million miles out of the net.
I don't know how he missed the net. How did Farabee miss the net?
Dude, that net was wide open. I'm talking about you could have probably moonwalked into that. My God, I don't know how he misses that opportunity. Wide open opportunity. Yikes.
Oh, Varley turns it over.
Oh my God, dude! The momentum is totally in favor of the Islanders, or I'm sorry, the Flyers, and it's been like that since the power play opportunity in the first period. With a slapper, Varlamov's able to corral that shot and get a face-off and stop the action. Man, oh man, we've been on the wrong
second period. It was like this yesterday, though, too, right? Think about it.
Oh my
Oh,
God. He just keeps sliding and sliding and sliding. My God almighty. Way out of position towards that end. Oh, good gracious. Look how many chances there were. Slap
Sorokin is
at it.
just so much better than he is.
Sal P saying, I slowly lost faith in Trotz. He's a solid coach, but I'm just not a fan of boring sit back and defend style. He's horrible at making adjustments, doesn't know how to implement a little offense, and holds the young stars back. I'm really hoping Lou has that grump offseason conversation with him.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't think he's a poor coach either. But, hey, do we think that this direction with the team, with guys, the vast majority in their 30s, is going to compete for a Stanley Cup? For me, the answer is no. So we're going to have to incorporate some younger players. Just going to have to do it. And if Barry's wants to be part of that, wants to give the young guys a shot, I'm all for keeping them.
Grumpy.
If not, bye-bye.
Grump, what type of shirt is Sal P wearing right there?
Wearing a Matty and the Jags shirt.
Where can that be found?
Matty and the Jags.
Where can that be found, Grumpy?
I don't know.
On the Islanders Never Say Die merchandise store, of course.
That's
Grumpy.
where it could be on the Islanders merchandise Never Say Die store, right?
The Islanders Never Say Die merchandise store. Yes, I would say that his attraction level and his swagger level just bumped up about 5 or 6 points with that Matty and the Jag shirt.
I'm gonna tell you what,
Sal.
Let me tell you something. He's very, very popular with the ladies wearing that shirt.
I would agree so. And if it's the other way around, then he'd be very popular with the men. Frank,
those shirts, if you're a guy, it gives you a V shape, everything. You look fantastic in those shirts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The women love them. Remember they had that chicks love the long ball? No. They love the grumpy old man shirts.
They love the Islanders Never Say Die shirts. Frank C says Sorokin should be playing 70% of the games, at least 65. I mean, like right now, they're like playing a 50-50 split for God knows what reason. Sorokin's clearly the better goalie, but we're still playing about a 50-50 clip. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And the fourth line, it's the only line that the Flyers are able just easily come out of the zone against.
Yeah. And then Jeff E says, Parise with the assist. No? Come on, everyone. Lighten up now.
Okay. That was one of those he touched the puck assists. And then you saw Barzal do his magic inside the zone, draw 3 guys, do the kick out. He had nothing. That's a Bailey type assist. Had nothing to do with the play.
I'll let you read this one, Grump.
Grumpy, you have good taste. Kolchak is awesome. That was a really good show. Really
I was going to say, I wasn't sure what that word was. It's like, I know
Kolchak, that's a Night Stalker. I keep telling you.
Oh.
Man, that was a good show.
Look at this. The Islanders have 1 shot in the second period, while the Philadelphia Flyers have registered 8 shots on goal. The Flyers have really taken it to us ever since about 5 minutes left in the first period. I mean, there's still over 10 minutes left to go in the second period. The Islanders have been thoroughly dominated. And man, oh man, the Islanders this season have the fewest games played, 31, tied with the fewest games played. The Ottawa Senators also only have 31 games played right now. Looks like it's a 2-on-2 opportunity for the Flyers. He skates right past Char. It looks like a freaking cone, a pylon out there on the ice.
But here's the good thing. It's still tied. So, all that matters is the score at the end of the game, regardless of how we look. There seems like we don't come out to play all 3 periods, haven't in quite a while. Char, he doesn't know what he's doing.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, he just doesn't move very well, and it's quite obvious. And anytime he's out there for a prolonged shift, you know what he does? He just parks his ass in front of the net. I mean, it's right now Chara and Andy Green on the ice.
He couldn't even get to that puck. He couldn't even get to that puck.
And here it is, right? Because they're unable to clear it. They clear the zone, but they're unable to get in a change. But man, oh man, I'll tell you, the Flyers, this Islanders group has been out there for quite some time. Right now, we're being outshot 20-10 so far this game. Yikes.
Yeah, not good.
No, it's not. And you see Anthony Beauvillier just dumps the puck down low, so the Islanders are able to get a change. The Islanders struggle usually in the second period because they have that longer change. We're a team that's a little slower. And when you get hemmed in your own zone like that, when your defensemen like Chara and Green don't skate very well, they can't do a good job in your own zone, you're going to get hemmed out there a little longer than you'd like, and it's tougher to make those changes.
without a doubt. That's
Look
an
at
astute
Anders Lee
observation, but
with
here it is,
hustle.
right? We get a chance. Mayfield, he wants to shoot it. Flyer falls down.
Nice shot attempt by Matt Barzal, but it is blocked. Doesn't hit
All for
net.
naught. All for naught.
Absolutely. I would say this is probably the best sequence we've had all period, with a little shot attempt by Adam Pellick.
Without a doubt, this is the best sequence we've had all.
Think about how sad that is. I mean, we've had a good opportunity here.
Now, okay, even though I'm not a fan, didn't it look like he had that stick in on his hands? The flag. What a play by Barzal!
Whoa, Matty B! I'm
magician.
talking about. He's a magician on the puck. Fantastic deke right there, just skating in between Flyer defensemen.
Where's Parise? It doesn't seem like he's involved. Maybe the chemistry's not there. Let's ask Barry after the game.
Wow. Now the Flyers line has had quite some time out there without getting a change. They dumped the puck up high, and it looks like they're going to be able to get at least a change of the forward group for the Flyers.
Or maybe a couple players. That's about it. Oh,
man, Matty B takes a bit of a hit, you would argue.
He got run over.
And now we see the third line back out there for the Islanders. The last 12 games, Matt Barzal has registered 15 points.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. Is that good for him? It's not.
15 points over a 12-game stretch, over a point a game stretch. That's not bad. The Flyers iced the puck.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, for the season, it's underwhelming. It's underwhelming.
Jimmy S. saying, I just watched the game online, never miss a game aside from work. And Frank C. saying a ridiculous suspension for Johnston.
True.
Look at that play, though. My God. Matt Barzal making people look foolish out here on the ice. He's just a magician with the puck. He does. Oh, did he hit that off the post, too?
I think so.
Wow, what an opportunity. You talk about individual brilliance. That was fantastic by Matt Barzal.
Without a doubt.
Well, the Flyers got a draw.
Let's say somebody got an assist on that play. Do you think it was an earned assist? I don't.
Ristolainen's had 6 hits today for the Flyers. Wow. Getting involved physically, that's for certain.
Well, he didn't do it yesterday. That's his game.
Was that not a slash on Noah Dobson? It was like a 2-hand Paul Bunyan chop. All you were missing was a broken stick, and it allows the Flyers to keep it in the Islanders' zone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had to sneeze.
That's fine, Grumpy.
I could feel that sneeze coming from around the block, down the street, around the bend. You could just feel it coming.
Oh, man. About 8 minutes remaining here in this second period for the Islanders.
Well, the good news is the Islanders can't possibly play any worse than they did this period, and then we haven't given up a goal. So there's your positive.
Yep.
Another icing.
And the Islanders iced the puck. The Islanders iced the puck now. Jeff E. saying here, what did Bellows do so well yesterday? He didn't, because he was playing on his off wing.
Yeah, but nobody looked good yesterday. I didn't think anyone looked good. But he was lost on the right wing. That's not his position. And you even saw him during the game drift over to the left-hand side. I mean, I'm not saying he played great yesterday, but he's saying Anders Lee didn't play good either. 3/4 of the Islanders played miserable yesterday.
SP says here, did my eyes deceive me, or did I just watch Anders Lee outskate someone?
Your eyes were deceiving you.
Frank K saying that Trott's era is over. Jerben saying Lumerta. Nick D saying Parise hustles a lot there and works hard. He still shouldn't be on the first line though.
He's a bottom. Matter of fact, he's a fourth line guy for me. And I have no problem with him on the fourth line.
Yeah. Frank K saying here, Trotz answered the offseason question the last 3 games. Time to dismiss him.
Yes, I'm all for that.
Oh, goodness gracious. SB said, do you guys think Willie O'Ree deserved to have his number retired? I know he did a ton for the game for hockey, but he had 14 points.
No. Absolutely not.
Here's the thing. It's one of the,
he only played 45 games his whole career. How do you get your number retired?
He was the first. That's why. He was the first. He was the first black. He was the first African American to play hockey in the NHL. That's
okay. Why. I'm sorry. For me, the answer is no. I mean, you're going to get your number retired. You have to do something.
I don't mind like the Bruins putting him in the Bruins Hall of Fame. I think that's fine. I think that's right. But
they retired his number today.
Yeah, I don't think it was about O'Ree. It was about the points. I don't think so either. But it's more about what he did for the game. And jumping along here, Grump, because we got a lot of comments. Anthony R said, again, no jump from this team tonight. Can we stop turning it over in our own zone? Nelson and Martin. Dude, Nelson has looked woeful this evening.
Agreed.
Woeful. And then absolutely. And then Frank K saying the cup window is over. Dave F saying great shot by Salo, bad penalty. I guess we'll never see Aho again. Chara must have witnessed Trotz murder someone. Why else would he have to start every night?
Because he's 44 years old and he loves veterans.
Jer Ben saying who would win an arm wrestling fight or arm wrestling match?
Cole
or Josh Bailey.
I think even if he had no arms, he'd still beat Josh Bailey.
JG says, did I see this correct? Chara played 22 minutes last night. Holy shit.
He's always out there.
Andersley, look at this. 26 games played, 10 goals, 2 assists. Think of how many garbage goals Andersley took. 12 points in 26 games for Andersley. $7 million a year on our first line, ladies and gentlemen. Not even averaging 0.5 points a game. Yikes.
This should not be a surprise. I called it when he signed the contract extension.
Ooh, man, we almost had an opportunity, a chance here to catch the Flyers in an odd man break. I tell you, got 7 minutes left.
This is where, think about how bad the Flyers are, okay, and how poor their form is right now. And we're getting outplayed by them. Oh, Casey, get your head up.
Yeah. Ooh. We must have a chance and opportunity, but the past week, Chara. Oh, that's a borderline slash on Chara. To Chara, borderline slash. A lot of stuff. Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm glad we got away with it, but Chara just can't.
We just kind of stopped. I thought play was called because we all just stopped moving our feet.
Yep. If
you move your feet, you can't be beat. That's all I got to say.
I'm happy Chara didn't two-hand cross-check that guy because he very easily could. Oh, I'll tell you. But the Islanders, what they need to do here over the last 7 some odd minutes in the period, they have got to get a little bit of momentum going their way. They've been outshot. They've been outplayed on the majority of this period. They have to go into the third period with a little bit of momentum. Oh my God!
Josh freaking Bailey scored.
Josh Bailey with the luckiest freaking goal known to mankind. We've been outplayed heavily this period. Anthony Beauvillier just throws the puck towards the middle of the net. It bounces off of Josh Bailey's skate and in. Look at this. Maybe Josh Bailey for president of the Islanders. Look at that. I'm not complaining, but goodness gracious, that's a break for the Islanders. We'll take it.
It just kind of just skates in front of the net, across the net, and not really involved. Sanheim I don't know what he's even bothering looking at him for. Just
he definitely angles the skate, but he doesn't kick. He angles the skate and he gets it in the net, man.
3 goals this year.
3 goals this season.
I think that's one less than Bello.
That's the second fluky goal he's had in a row. Remember on the power play opportunity, it was a broken play and he made that diving shot where he puts it in, and this one's directed in off his skate. Look at him, Andrew Gross. It's the 3rd goal of the season, but it's Josh Bailey's 2nd goal in 4 games. Maybe Josh Bailey's heating up.
He put it in with the stick. That's a nice play by Josh.
That's actually a fantastic play. It kind of flubs it. That's a really nice play. I thought he directed in with the skate. I will give Josh Bailey credit. That was a good goal by Josh Bailey. A good move. Something I wouldn't have expected much out of Josh Bailey. That's for certain. Good for Josh Bailey.
Yeah, that was a nice play by him. Like I said,
oh my God, Varley! Off! What the Varley? What are you trying to do? Again, that's a second screw up that he's cost us this game. Another awful job handling the puck behind the net. He turns it over, gives it the goal. Yank his ass right now. I'm sick of you cannot. And here's Mr. Mohawk again.
Mickey Mohawk.
He is single-handedly the reason this game is tied. Remember how we talked yesterday about Sorokin was the only thing that kept us in? Varlamov is one of the only reasons the Flyers are still in this game. What a shitty job by him once again. Awful, Varlamov. Awful. Oh, Jesus Christ. What an awful job, Varley. Awful, man. That is atrocious. Get his ass out of the game. That is atrocious. Man, the awful job on not being able to go ahead and over committing a double 5-hole goal by James Van Riemsdyk because he's not in the right spot. He's over committing. And then this poor play behind the net thinking that he's freaking Bobby Orr back there, and it gives the opportunity and a goal for the Flyers. My God, as soon as we go up 2-1, we immediately hemorrhage an opportunity and Varlamov gifts them a goal.
How many seconds difference was that? It couldn't have been more than 30.
15, 20 seconds. Varlamov, Jesus Christ, wake the freak up. Wake up, Varlamov. Wake up. We can't have this. This is one of the worst teams in the NHL, and you're giving them goals. You're giving them goals. You get a goal. You get a goal. You get a goal. Varley, you've got to do better than that, man.
Josh Bailey scores probably the goal of his career.
No, the pond hockey goal he scored 4 years ago was it, where he had that fantastic move, and I think it was a backhand goal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but for my narrative, that's like the goal of his career.
It's probably the goal of the season for Josh Bailey. He deflects it off.
He only has 3. It has to be the goal of the season. He only has 3. It's not much to pick from.
Jesus, dude, Varlamov, that is woeful. We talked about this yesterday. If Sorokin could even play, you play him tomorrow. He's got, think about this. Why not play him on the back-to-back? You have Wednesday and Thursday off before your Friday game. And you know Varlamov is going to start on Friday. You're going to play Sorokin against a tougher Toronto team, right? Especially after what you saw tonight. You're not going to roll out Sorokin against the weaker team in Arizona and roll Varlamov off against a better team in Toronto, right?
We cannot afford to lose a game like this, when we're going to need to score, 115% of our points that are left to make the playoffs.
It's only 78.4 apparently projected by ESPN.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't think it's that high, right?
It's not that high.
Every wild card team putting up 107 points this year. I don't think
it's not that high. It's not that high.
Konechny scored again. He scored yesterday against the Islanders, and he scores again today.
I mean, it's just so frustrating.
As a fan, how could you not be pissed off? I mean, the effort we've seen hasn't been bad. It was a cleaner game the Islanders have played, but in net, it's just been woeful. Varlamov has looked miserable. 2 weakies, 2 unbelievably weak goals.
I did have something to say, but you went on so long that I forgot.
I apologize, man. I'm just so pissed off about that. I'm happy I was able to control myself and not start cursing all over the place. Dave F says here, tell Phil's facts about this. He doesn't believe that Trotz hates the young guys, and he doesn't like Bellows either. Well, he said, I was talking about Phil's facts. He actually agrees with us on this one. He does. He agrees that he's been put in a situation to fail when Trotz put Bellows on the first line right wing. He believes that the play wasn't there by Bellows, but he believes that again, Trotz should not have put him in that situation. Most level-headed people agree with that.
Yeah, usually it's Phil's fiction.
Oh, look at you. Jeff E says here, what's everybody think about Wally's stick handling and passing? I'm not a fan of Wahlstrom. I'm not a fan. Is Wahlstrom is a shooter. That's about it.
His stick handling and passing are average.
I think sometimes you see him being able to just, thread the knee. I mean, you look at sometimes he's able to really move those deft moves on the offensive side of the puck. He's able to create opportunities and stick handle through defenders. And not as good as Matt Barzal, but still at a proficient level, I believe.
Yeah, no, he's not a great passer. That's not his role. That's not his role.
Want you to size says Bellows gets one shot and back down to third line. Remember, Bellows played really well when Anders Lee went out, right? Those 4 games he played. What do you have? 4 goals and 3 goals and an assist in 4 games on the first line. Barry must have forgotten about Matt Barzal and Kiefer Bellows' chemistry last year when Anders Lee went out. How short his memory is.
He didn't even remember they played together.
Are you serious?
Didn't even remember it yesterday. Didn't even remember it. Like it never happened. Like last year never happened.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, Jesus! I'll tell you
what. Carter Hart looks shaky though.
He does. Carter Hart. I wonder if his confidence has been down. I mean, he gets shelled a lot in Philly.
I was just getting ready to compliment the second line for having a little bit of jump, and then they just turned it over to the blue line. Sometimes, just it's offsides. Sometimes discretion's the better part of valor. Where, wow, okay. I thought he kept okay.
Yes, discretion is a better part of value. Let's continue.
Yeah, where just take the puck outside the blue line, because the last thing you want to do is turn it over right at the blue line and give up an odd man chance, come back the other way.
Oh my God, we're going to go to the box for that. That's a trip, right?
Is that not a penalty? I don't know.
Is that not another penalty?
Nope.
Wow, I think we just got away with 2 infractions. I think we just got away with 2 trips. I'm not complaining, but I think we just got away with a penalty, at least 1 penalty.
Yeah, there was definitely one. There was definitely a trip there. Or interference, whatever you want to call it.
What a film saying, howdy boys, love playing Philly. Oh, God, Philly.
Well, as long as we win, then I really love it because I hate them so much.
Oh, man, I tell you. We've got about 3 minutes left in the period. Islanders and the Philadelphia Flyers are tied at 2. It mainly has been a period where the Flyers have looked the more dominant side. The ice has definitely been tilted in their favor.
Matt Barzal has not been playing well. I know he's had some points, but he looks like I hate playing with these two miserable line mates. That's what he looks like to me. Get me some talent.
You think he gets jealous? Here's another question. Once he noticed he was not, by the way, voted today. I'm not saying all players
didn't deserve to be.
Okay. Let me get to my point. I'm not saying he deserved to be. I'm just saying, do you think he looks at a situation and says, I know my talent level. I know I'm more talented than some of those guys at the All-Star game. I'm not saying he's a vain individual, but do you think he thinks to himself, yeah, I'd like to be an All-Star every year. I mean, I'm a fantastic player. I could do things that other players can only dream of doing, but I'm not even close to being an All-Star here because, I'm on line with Anders Lee and, roll out here 1 goal Kyle Palmieri, roll out here Josh Bailey, 3 goal Josh Bailey, and roll out here Zach Parise, 1 goal Zach Parise. You think he thinks like that occasionally?
Leo Komarov, whoever they force him to play with.
He sees this as a revolving door that he does not get top tier talent that he plays alongside where all other franchise or elite caliber centers do.
It has to be frustrating. Just has to be frustrating.
Maybe he's not as vain as we're making him out to be, but I think you'd be crazy not to acknowledge that on a personal level he's not frustrated he's not frustrated because he plays with lesser quality players than some of these superstars do.
Oh my gosh!
Anders Lee didn't even attempt to go ahead and win that face-off, but hey, a bad clearing attempt by the Flyers. The Islanders are able to keep it in the zone.
He gave it the old Bailey try. Not at all.
Oh man, I tell you. Oh, they're getting rough. I wonder if Anders Lee is going to get a little bit into a tussle. Getting a little rough down low. Uh-oh. I tell you, the game's starting to get up, pick up a little bit in the physicality department, ladies and gents.
Oh, Char. Oh!
Jesus Christ. Did he put that in?
I thought he put it in.
We've seen him score like that on Varlamov before last year in the playoffs, if you think about it. I think it was Marchand who put that one in. Oh, that was Provorov and Anders Lee fighting down there.
That's a borderline trip.
Provorov, man, he's I tell you, Provorov is mixing it up.
Provorov's a big boy too.
Provorov's bigger than Anders Lee.
I was a couple of men going at it right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mixing it up.
I thought it looked like they got scored on.
Alexander says if Palmieri plays over Bellows, I will be all over Twitter bashing Barry Trotz. If Palmieri plays, we shall riot.
Well, you better get limbering up your fingers.
You'll have a lot of people to fight on Twitter too because people will defend the move.
And I just find it funny that Bellows doesn't play as well when Barry's coach, and because he looked really good with Lane Lambert, but it seems like, oh my gosh,
oh man, is that going to be borderline interference? Okay,
a lot of interference going on.
Yep, they're letting them play. The whistles are in the pockets. You haven't seen a lot of. I mean, you saw, I think, one penalty called this period, and it was Brock Nelson for an obvious and blatant boarding. So that's one they have to call. It's like one of those when you have a delay a game where you leave. It's one of those you have to call if it's really bad. So yeah, I mean, they've been letting the teams play though today. The Flyers lost the last 8 games. Oh man, look at this. Who's got some jump? Is that Brock Nelson?
It was Brock Nelson.
A bad pass. Ugh. And nothing comes of it. It was a 2-on-1 situation with the Flyers defenseman in front of the net, and Brock Nelson and Josh Bailey are not able to connect on the pass.
It didn't matter. Josh Bailey wouldn't have shot that puck. He was going to pass it out.
That is also very true. About a minute remaining here in the second period.
Nice play by Giroux. Man, nice plays by Giroux.
Shot in the pass. Wow, nice job. Good glove by Varlamov. And as soon as Chara mixes it up, he says, no more shenanigans after the whistle.
Yeah, that was really nice play from both teams there. There's a slash by Nelson he gets away with.
Yeah, I said that both teams, they're letting them play. I mean, I don't mind. This is, this. Ooh,
close.
Good job corralling that rebound because who knows what would have happened if he didn't. It kind of bounces off his pads, but a great job with the catch on the glove. What a film saying here. Brock Nelson is going to lead the team in goals. He's getting better with stick work on zone entry.
Yeah, no. He is what he is. Another guy who's just not really consistent.
Oh, God Almighty, Varley!
No goal.
What the hell?
No goal.
What? Varlamov, dude, he looks shaky as shit today. Varley looks shaky as shit. We got lucky. Another one trickles through his freaking legs. What the Varley? God Almighty! Oh my God! I wonder if they have another angle. If they have another angle, that may be close to being over the net or over the line. I'm not sure. Oh my God!
No, he got it. It died.
It
It died on the line. It died on the line.
It died on the line. Thank God, because if it didn't die on the line, that one's in the net. Varlamov with a freaking diving save to prevent that one from trickling over the line. Another one, a weekie that goes through his 5. Why do they keep showing the saves?
Because
man, he's played like shit today.
I'd trade him today.
Why are they trying to pump him up like he's playing a good game? Oh, look at that. He's got 24 saves on 26 shots. Yeah, he's allowed 2 weak-ass goals and almost allowed another.
Because the Islanders told him what to say. Hey, Varley, let's pump up Varley Varlamov.
Oh, man. Alexander saying, let's go get Quinville. And then Tony Cheese saying, mustard gas is intoxicating.
Lethal.
It's lethal. Absolutely it is.
They want to ban that. They used that in World War I.
Yep. But I thought it was World War II.
No, World War I. And they wound up banning it because it was, oh my God, again.
Jesus Christ. We are hanging on here.
This is like the end of last period, isn't it?
Dude, we were been dominated this period. If it wasn't for, that was a great goal by Josh Bailey, right? I thought it was luck. That was a great job. He intentionally kicked the puck to his stick, and he was able to bat it from the stick into the net. A great job by Bailey.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, Grump. And if it wasn't for that fantastic Bailey goal, we'd be down 2-1 right now. Grump, Jesus.
That was lucky to the end of the second period. Did you see Salo get walked around there at the end?
I did not.
Oh,
God.
Oh, before we go too much further, we have something to do, don't you?
Yes, Grumpy. And I'm going to go ahead and pop you this up on screen just so you're able to see and digest some of this information, Grump. So you're able to do this. We do have an ad to read from our sponsor, a DraftKings Grumpy Old Man. I want to make sure I've got the right one pulled up. Here it is. Terrific. We're on to the divisional round in the NFL playoffs, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is celebrating with huge odds boost for new customers. Counting down to Super Bowl 56, new customers get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you can still get in on all the action of the divisional round. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Football Contest. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code THPN and get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's promo code THPN for 56-1 odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. You must be 21 years or older in New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum of $5 deposit and a $1 wagers required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Ooh, Grumpy. I'm sure you're still on mute. And sure enough, you are.
Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm sorry.
Let's talk a little bit about that second period, Grump, now that we're on to it.
I think we should blow through the comments because we're like a period behind.
Okay. I'm sorry. We're going to blow through the comments. Sorry, guys. Watch Varlamov save this game. Oh, LOL. Yeah, Carlos. Ooh. No.
That take didn't hold up well.
No, it did not. Philly's been missing some players right now. We're playing without Eberle, Taves, Letty, at the expense of keeping others. And then Dave F says here, that's the only way I get the games is streaming on my phone. I can cast it to my TV, but there's a delay. That's why I watch everything on the phone. Less of a delay. Jared Ben says, Kyle, geriatric, over-the-counter nobody, Paul Mary.
True.
Zachary McNally says, hi, what's up, Zach? Jared Ben says, they should just scratch Bailey for Palmieri instead of Bellows. Shaking my head.
That's not happening.
Yeah. And George P says here, hey, Josh Bailey. We want to know how you gave up that goal. We could say that, hey, Simone Varlamov. And he also does why your plus minus blows. Tony Cheese says, almost forgot. Tonight is a must win. We lose and the season's over. Tony Cheese, I love it, man. The running joke keeps going. I love the dedication. Want You to Sigh says Ross Johnson would get another suspension for that boarding penalty that Brock Nelson just took.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Jeremy F says, hey, Grumpy, you had mentioned on the other night that you had a background in the Postal Service. Would you be willing to get designated for a press badge and ask the tough questions?
I would ask tough questions. They wouldn't answer. They wouldn't even call. They might call me the first time. No, but they know who we are, by the way, just to let you know. They know who we are. We've been told that they listen to the podcast. And if we said Islanders never say die, grumpy old man, they're just like, nope.
I tell you, as shocking as it is, people have told us before that they listen. People who have connections and ins with the team says that they listen to the pod. As shocking as it may sound, just two guys who like talking about the Islanders. Apparently, we have some sort of big sway or some sort of we upset the apple cart.
The only thing that really bothers them is when I talk shit about AJ Malesko.
Oh, I've got something funny to show you. Look at this. Matty B, look at that freaking move, Grumpy. Oh, my goodness. Look at that. And he hit it off the freaking post. Look at that. I mean, he is something else.
It looked like it was off his shoulder.
You talk about a one-man crew. Nobody else on the team could even dream of doing something like that. Oh, he almost hits it off the back shoulder or the far side shoulder and in the net.
I think it was off his shoulder.
Oh, man, that's fantastic. Thank you, Nick, for tagging me in that. Now, 2 Minutes of Pessimisticking sent me a video that you're going to love. You're going to enjoy this, Grumpy. Now, I've got to show you this, Grump. Now, this is something we've talked about, and thank you, Shannon Hogan. I love Shannon Hogan even more now. Remember how we said yesterday, AJ Malesko's hair looked good. I want to show you this, Grumpy. You want to know why? Just take a look at this video.
Shannon probably fixed it for him.
Shannon, in intermission, was here fixing and combing her hair.
No shit.
Good.
Because she's a freaking mess.
No, here's the thing. They should have somebody who does that and make sure they look presentable out there. Butchie sometimes looks disheveled. Some people, like Brennan, hey, he still looks always good. Shannon always looks good. But, like, they should have somebody out there who's always like, hey, like, the makeup guy, make sure the makeup looks good. Like, for me, I would need a pound of makeup not to look translucent out there and look absolutely pale as no other, right? I blend in with this pale-colored shirt. But, like, hey, like the hair, I don't have much to work with, so I'd be fine in that department. But like others, right, you got to make sure everything looks good. Everything looks TV ready.
Yeah, here's the thing. Put spray on that damn hair. That's what you need to do. Spray that shit up. But
thank you, 2 Minutes of Pessimisticking, for sending that to me. George P. said maybe they use PVC piping at UBS Arena, and he baileyed it. Warzone Senior Citizen says, Fairby is better than Wallstrom.
No, he's not. He's not. They're different type players, too.
Michael S. says, Z's, where's the game? ESPN Plus or Hulu. Anthony R. said, I don't care if Lou talks to Trotz in the offseason. I want him out.
Okay.
Sal P. said, 10 shots against a team missing all of its centers were so inept. Anders Lee has been an albatross around the neck of Matt Barzal. There is no way he signs a new contract here.
See, that's my concern. And I think it's to the point, if he just says, yeah, I'll just sign a 1-year tender and I'll go to free agency. You got to move him. Then you're in full rebuild. I don't blow it all out.
And then Jared Ben says, Grump, Josh is just trying to social distance out there on the ice. That's why he won't throw a check or come in contact with anyone else.
Yes, I believe that. Thank you.
Frank C says, Lou is not afraid to fire coaches. Just look at the B Devils.
I think he looks at it. If he fires Trotz, it's full rebuild time, and maybe he doesn't want to do that.
He's not. I was about to say he's not going to be on board for that. Number one, and number two. I mean, if it's full rebuild, he might as well just retire. I mean, he's not getting any younger. Mike S says UBS Arena is ugly looking. Oh wow, they could have done a better job. The arena inside is plain and boring, from the rafters to the rink. I've heard very, very positive things about the rink. People have loved what they've seen. Mike S. I've not been, though, so I can't comment. I haven't been yet to a game at UBS, but people have loved the inside.
I think he's trolling.
No, I think he's being honest.
Okay.
Anthony R said, just like TJ thinking that we have a shot at the playoffs, Grump and Trotz will never agree. Actually, he probably will agree with Lou's talk about him, but then when the game starts, he'll play the old guys.
Yeah, well, that's something where, you just have to say nope.
Sal P saying here, I've got my Grumpy's Groupie shirt, but I haven't put it on yet. When you send it, I'd like to see always when you guys get the merchandise from the merch store. I want to see it. I want to see you wear it. We'll always show it you on screen, and we'll always show the picture if you send it in. Jerben saying Softy Varlamov. And then Mike S was saying at one point in time, one shot. God damn, in this period. Absolutely. Drew L said, you just can't wait to get the first two or the two first for Varlamov. I just can't wait. He's not going to get that much.
No.
Mike S saying Char is overrated. Well, I don't think Char.
I don't think that's even possible to overrate him at this point in time.
Chair Ben saying Char is freaking exasperated.
True.
Mike S saying two old timers on defense. Oh, well, thank you, Mike. You maybe are new to the show, but yes, we talk about the old aged veterans on defense and how they can't skate.
Mike has to listen to the Wednesday and Saturday versions of the show.
Absolutely. And again, we're going Friday during the game. We're going live, or they have game Friday, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, they have game Friday. Yeah, we go live during the game. Warzone senior assistant says the only person more handy in the locker room. Oh God. TT says the under 6.5 game. Yeah,
I think it's
we're at 4 goals now. I'm sure you're going to be over. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know. Depends how many, empty netters you're going to get. Nick D says here, seems like Barry's tightened up the leash. Yeah. Mike
that hurts the younger players too.
Yep. And again, you feel like your confidence kind of like, oh man, any mistake I make.
Have you noticed
on the bench?
Since Barry's come back, the young guys have just disappeared for everything they were doing.
I won't say it's that bad, but I've noticed that the plays kind of dropped a bit.
Yeah. All of them. Wallstrom too.
Mike S says Matt Barzal should be the captain. What do you think of that?
He should be. Best player should be captain.
Want you to sigh says Ristolainen has been roughing up our boys for 2 games. For certain, he's been roughing up.
Not too much yesterday, but today, yes.
Today, 8 hits. He's really throwing the body around. Jared Ben says, I think Barzal chose number 13 after Datsuk, the actual magician.
I don't know, but that's the closest we're ever going to have to Datsuk.
Yeah. I mean, Datsuk.
I think Datsuk was a better overall player than Matt Barzal.
For certain. I mean, it's like apples to oranges in that.
He could play in any situation. He was that good.
The guy's first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. He's fantastic. TT says, is 29 too old to join the NHL?
Nope, but it's too old to be getting a big contract extension from me.
James F says, you guys think that Anson Carter and Kevin Weeks should be getting coaching job? I love Anson Carter. I'm not sure how any of them would be as coaches. I like Anson Carter in the role he's in now. I would love for him still to be with the Islanders. I mean, he was there for a few games there at MSG, but I mean, I don't. Coaching and commentating are 2 different things.
No, neither one of them should be coaches.
It's like we can comment.
Why would you give that? I mean, working for NHL tonight, how much more of a breezy job can you get than that?
I was about to say you have no
have to travel.
Exactly. Your takes, as long as you don't say anything egregious, you've got unbelievable job security. I mean, think about how long Mike Milbury kept his job, and he was wrong on so many takes. But we're not going to get into that. Jared Ben says here. Jared Ben says Barzal out there looking like a raven, I guess. And then no doubt Josh Bailey absolutely should be stripped of the A.
Yeah, I don't know what he does. Maybe he arranges things like, the annual bowling tournament, stuff like that. I don't know.
So you think, though, Matt Barzal should get the C? Good to know. Ariel C said Chara and Green on the ice together at the same time is a big yikes.
Particularly on the penalty kill.
Yep. Nick D says Anson Carter and Kevin Weeks are good personalities, great on TV, but I don't think they'd be good coaches. Yeah, I'm about to say there's a big difference between coaching and commenting on the game. And
maybe they don't want to be. I mean, like I said, why would you give up those gigs?
And then Warzone Senior Citizen said, oh, nope, not showing that. Sorry. Nothing political, Warzone Senior Citizen. Man, you showed the political. We don't want any political comments in there. Keep the political stuff out of it, man. This is an Islander podcast, Warzone Senior Citizen. We're doing blow-throughs, and I see something like, nope, we just want nothing political, Warzone. Come on, you know that. And then Kudshite Revenge says, am I pronouncing that right, Grumpy?
I don't know. Just go.
Susite. Okay, Susite Revenge says, Trotz is an excellent coach. The problem is that Lou has to provide Trotz with young, offensive-minded, fast-skating players. Well, the issue is Trotz will never play him.
Yeah, he doesn't. That's not the type of player he likes. Period.
No.
He'd rather have a team of third liners.
Lewis P. Score is 2-2.
2-2 after 2.
Yep.
Deuce is wild. Deuce is wild.
Nick D says here, he says, I agree. That's another one. I agree. Why take so long to retire the number? Should have done it 15 years ago at least. I think I think he should be in the Bruins Hall of Fame for certain. You could quibble over whether his number
45 games. He played 45 games.
It's more about the impact of what he had.
Okay.
You and I won't agree on this, but that's
okay.
fine.
We won't because he played 45 games.
We got a lot to go through. Who would win in an arm wrestling match? Neville Longbottom or from Harry Potter or Josh Bailey?
Neville Longbottom.
I was about to say Neville Longbottom. He's turned into a heartthrob. I think my wife says.
He's muscled up too. He's muscled up. He killed Josh Bailey. Just killed him.
Nick D says Barry is blinded by Chara's play.
It's true. It's hard to believe what it looks like out there. It's like stunning. He's like,
Chair Ben, this is a good one. He says, who would win in a fight, Grumpy? Steve Wilkos, the ex-Marine, ex-Chicago police officer, or Detective Elliot Stabler from Law and Order SVU?
Stabler's too old. Wilkos is getting up there, so I'm going with the Chicago police officer.
No. I think he was. No. Steve Wilkos was an ex-Chicago police officer.
Steve Wilkos.
Okay.
Elliot Stabler. That's what the hell's his name? I can't remember his name. His real name. Shit. It doesn't matter. Here's the thing. He was a badass in Oz, for certain. The guy who plays Stabler now. I can't believe I can't remember his first name.
SP said, I think it's hysterical that Barry has tried just about every winger on his team. A team won on the first line twice, but hasn't given Wahlstrom 2 seconds with Barzal. How long before Barzy demands it?
I'm just going to wonder how long Barzal takes this treatment before he says something. You know it's coming.
Maybe he said something behind closed doors. We talked about there were some issues that it's played by Christopher Maloney.
That's it.
Christopher Maloney. But we covered they happened. He exploded on Barry Trotz there in the locker room after not getting so much time or not getting opportunities before in the past. You have to feel like, again, Matt Barzal does not like playing with Zach Parise. Again, he has hustle, but he's not a guy who can put the puck in the net.
He doesn't like playing with Anders Lee either. He does nothing out there. It's all he got to do everything by himself.
Yeah, I tell you, Grumpy, it's something else. And then what a film saying, yeah, that's Josh Bailey. What a goal. Bailey, he scored. Oh shit, Bailey. He's going to be on the first line now. It was actually, okay, man, I'll give him credit. That was a good goal by Josh Bailey.
Was a good goal.
Gotta give him credit where credit's due. I like the goal. I like the attempt. And then Sal P said, and they just give it right back. Yeah, that's the worst part about it. And then Tony Chi says, Bailey can come over to my house every Sunday for dinner.
That's good because his mom won't let him come over the house.
Frank K saying Varley's doing his best Yaroslav Halak impression.
He's not been good today.
It's just a weaky soft goals, man. They're just blowing me away with that type of stuff. Yeah. And that's the item where I'm having the issue, Grump. It's just the goals against have been so freaking weak. I'm going to see if we can get that replay here of Josh Bailey's goal just so we can go ahead and pop that on screen real quick. It's a good goal.
Want to make sure we get through the comments before third period.
Okay, Grumpy. We'll be able to get through the comments.
No, we won't.
Okay, Grumpy. I'll try to. I'll have to find a better. Edmonton is going to love Varlamov, says Drew L. SP says Hirokin would never have made the mistakes that Varlamov just did. Yep. I don't disagree, and that's the issue. Bad goal by Varlamov. Just wow. Deidre C. Welcome back, Deidre. How are you doing? Joel says Varlamov looking like Rick DiPietro right now. God.
That's an indictment.
I was about to say it's not a good one. Yikes. And then Justin G says here, Varlamov did that on purpose. Even he didn't want Bailey to have the game-winning goal. Justin, I love it, man. I love it.
And I'm going to tell you what, Varlamov also used up all the glue on purpose.
Oh, come on.
Used up all the glue on purpose.
Now when I watch that on a replay, he kicks it with the skate, and then he hits it and bats it out with his stick. That's a fantastic job by Josh Bailey.
Yes, it is. Next comment.
Varlamov with the primary assist, Jerben says. Yeah, I was about to say. He did get the
Very
primary
good.
assist on that goal. And then C Revenge says here, the Islanders are not going to make the playoffs.
True.
Unfortunately not. It's an uphill climb, and you cannot be losing or having games that are tied against the Philadelphia Flyers. Alex H said Varlamov just pulled a halak.
True.
Sal P said, why is Barry so stubborn? Let's see what Barzy can do with Bellows and Wallstrom. And the other three crap lines remaining can sit back and play in the defensive zone and play zone defense.
Yeah. I mean, because that's who he is. And they were once again pumping up Varlamov.
Dude, why the hell are they doing this? Oh, Varlamov's made some big saves. He's freaking flat out sucked tonight. It's like, okay, if they had Sorokin, right, they wanted the goaltender to play fantastic. They would have drooled over the performance that Sorokin had last night. They'd have been like, oh, Sorokin.
What a great save by Varlamov. Yeah, the one he let go through his legs.
Yeah. Oh, what a great job diving back and making that save. Great rebound control is what they say. Are you freaking kidding me? Get the hell out of here. Oh, ridiculous.
And third period's about to start, and we did not get through the comments.
We're blasting through them, Grumpy. The third period had started 2-2 Islanders and the Flyers. Jeff E said, why can't we play every game like we just played, like we played in Winnipeg earlier this season? That was a full 60-minute performance and effort.
Because we're not that good.
I was about to say, it's odd to say that it's rare that we have one of those performances that are a full 60-minute performance. Isn't that sad?
Fourth line comes out and has a really nice first 20 seconds with the shot by Clutterbuck that goes up into the net.
Well, hey, man, the second period we were dominating. We were outshot 2-1, and the Flyers had the better performance. It was a nice save, actually, by Carter Hart.
Yep.
So that was a good shot there by Kyle Clutterbuck. Nice save by Carter Hart coming out firing, grumpy old man.
What you got to do.
Deidre C said, Varlamov can't be doing this. If he does, our playoff chances are not great. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Oh, my God. Shaw, that's so late.
Jesus.
Big save by Varlamov.
Oh, my God. Char just took a penalty. Char took a penalty.
Oh, okay.
He was hooking on the way down.
It was like a 3-on-1, but big save by – okay, it was in tight, so the guy couldn't make a move, but still nice save by Varlamov.
I was about to say, it was a nice save. Jesus Christ, he's so freaking slow. Glacier slow. Oh. And I guess they said he kind of slashed. I guess he's going to the box there for slashing. My God. Look at this. They had a 3-on-1 opportunity. Look at this.
Yeah, okay, that's a terrible.
He buried it right into the glove. I'm sorry. I'm not giving him a great save. It's an okay
thing. That penalty that Char just took, I hate that penalty. He barely even touched him. Barely touched him.
Get Yeeted said, Varlamov reminds me of Halak.
Jacques Halak.
Jeff E said, Grumpy agree with me about Wally. LOL. My night's made. I can sleep well tonight. LOL.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Oh my God. We're going to need Varlamov to come up big, right? For at least all as much as they've been pumping him up.
Another big save on the penalty kill already.
For as much as they've been pumping them up, we need to actually see that type of performance in net. The third power play opportunity for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Ugh, and they turn. I mean, all right, they're Flyers, man. They suck. Look like they have no idea what they. Sometimes they look really good, and sometimes they look like they have no idea what they're doing.
The movement has not been fantastic. It's not been quick and crisp for the Flyers on this offensive possession, on this power play. Nope. Oh man, they've looked completely lost. The puck is just stolen from Mayfield.
Nice job by Farabee there, though, because I mean, if he doesn't make that play, it's 2-on-1.
We've effectively burned off a minute of the Flyers power play, Grumpy. And then Sal P said he's getting too many starts anyway. Sorokin should be playing 80% of the games. It doesn't matter if it's a back-to-back or 3 games in 4 nights. The stud goalie should get the lion's shares of the minute. Yeah, look at Shesterkin. When he's healthy, he plays. Simple as that.
And they've had plenty of time. I mean, plenty of time off. It's not like he's tired. He's young, too. He's a kid.
Yep. 25, 26 years old. He's entering the prime of his career. He could play a lot of those games. I'm not saying you play him 70 games a season, but I mean, he could easily play 60. Right now, you're going for a 50-50 split. Just doesn't make sense.
It should be
a good job breaking up that zone entry by the Flyers. And I think the Islanders are going to be able to kill off this power play.
Hope so. It should be 3 games on, 1 game off for Sorokin. That's what it should be.
Mm-hmm. Nikki says, I think Barzal hates playing for Barry Trotz. And Jared Ben says, Lumpy, why don't you think Barzal deserves to be an all-star?
Because it's not been that great this year compared to other players. I mean,
Absolutely.
Stamkos has been fantastic.
Yes.
He had to get the vote in, and Zibanejad couldn't make it.
Oh,
We
man, he just misses that. We had a little bit of a chance with Jean-Gabriel Pageau. The Islanders kill off the penalty. Third penalty they've taken today.
God.
What a bad pass by the Flyers. Jesus Christ.
A backhand pass in his own zone in the center of the ice.
It was a spinorama, might I add, too. A backhanded pass that he wasn't even looking for. He didn't know it was up there. He just goes, whoop, let me throw this forward. Oh, God.
Now, that is something you'd never see from a Barry Trotz team. Not if you want to play.
He would be benched. He would be benched for 50 minutes.
Yeah, the only guys who could do that would be Barzell. So,
Nelson.
nobody else even needs to worry about that.
Oh, my goodness. The shot doesn't get through. Lucky us.
It looks like a shooting gallery in there right now, though.
Yeah.
But again, same guy. Is that Prokhorov again? I swear, it's like half the Flyers team plays without blades on their sticks.
Provorov, Grumpy.
Whatever.
Nick D says Prokhorov is a different team. He's, I believe, for the
Provolactic.
Blues.
His name should be Provolactic.
Oh, man. Nick D says, I think 75% of the Islanders hate playing for Barry Trotz.
Not 75, because a lot of them would never be playing again.
Scott Mayfield dumps the puck down deep. Let's see what happens here. Oh, my God. Josh Bailey pinches and misses. Oh, my God. Jesus freaking you bastard, Char. You slow son of a bitch. I swear to God, this is what you get. You wonder what you have in Zdeno Chara? That's what you have. This guy is glacier slow. You got Chara and another defenseman and Scott Mayfield who can't skate, and you see what the result is. They just get walked between. Of course, who scores? Claude Giroux. Nobody else but Claude Giroux, the Islander killer himself.
Brutal.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
That's a slash.
Do you still think, oh my God, he put top shelf. There's nothing Varlamov could do on that one.
That's not Varlamov's fault. The other two were. That one's not. That's just a good shot.
But here's the thing. If you didn't give up those weak-ass goals early, we would still be in better shape. We'd be at a tie game or we'd be winning right now. He's got a goal and assist tonight, Claude Giroux. Holy shit. You still think that'd be better to have that abomination Zdeno Chara on the ice over Robin Salo? Do you still believe that, Grump?
I just said defensively, Salo's not as good as Chara.
That's defensively right there.
I'm not saying that Chara is great. You're misunderstanding.
No, I'm just saying I'd rather take the defensive mistakes. At least Robin Salo could skate. You would at least been able to stop that or come close. My God, Chara had no chance.
I think this is the first shift on ice for Kiefer Bellows in this period.
Only 5 minutes into the third period. I mean, you could tell.
And same thing with Wahlstrom. I don't think either one of them have been out here till right now.
Because we've been on a penalty kill for 2 minutes, and then we rolled out the normal ice. I mean, we have just been dominated. We've been dominated today. It's been a crisper game by both teams, but we have been dominated, generally speaking. My God. Ugh, I'm sorry, dude. Chara is woeful. Chara is woeful. He shouldn't play. I'm sorry. I'm going back to the Chara should never see the ice again. God almighty. It's bad, dude. It's bad, Grumpy.
I mean, because let me tell you something. The Flyers are a bad team.
The Flyers, 8 losses in a row. 8 losses in a row. They've got 4 centers out. 4 of their centers are out. And we're over here just Chara. Let's see how many minutes Chara gets after that freaking hideous display. I wonder if he's going to say, hey, what did you think about that goal where, they're able to split the defense, Chara and Mayfield, and just walk straight through them? What do you think about that opportunity? Oh, well, Chara, good job.
They all just walked through our defense core. Salo and Green just got split by 71.
Oh, Jesus, man.
And Flyers are inspired right now.
Yep. They've been playing fantastic hockey. Yeah. And Andy Green's. I mean, he's played an all right game, but my God, he's another one of those guys who just doesn't skate very well at this point in his career.
You can say that just about anybody on our team. We're a poor skating team. Speed kills.
Tony Chi saying Barzal staying with the Islanders long term could negatively affect his money. No way he stays at Barry as a coach. I agree.
They need to have a conversation with him this year and say, do you want to resign? And nice play by Dobson along the boards. Holy crap. But nobody there. 3 guys on the Flyers. We don't move our feet in the offensive zone. Just a couple of guys move. But really, in this charge, just standing back there, Dobson will pick it up again.
Dobson has to do everything, man. Dobson has to do everything. Freaking Chara is just a cement feet stuck in the sand, quicksand. Mother effort.
Get back to Villiers.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Dude, have you noticed that the Flyers have now just parked three guys back there in their own zone? They don't want to get caught in odd man transition. They just
Yeah.
park everybody back on defense. And
They're
they're saying,
showing
here you
much.
go, Islanders. Can you score on us when we put everybody back?
They're showing much more jump now than they did earlier. That's a nice play right there by Giroux. Nice shot. And here's the thing:
Great shot.
speed. And here's the thing: Giroux was nowhere near the skater he used to be either at 32, but he just blew by Chara like he was, he was like a traffic cone.
Zach G says, hey, Grumps, do you think this game has a chance to go in overtime?
Yes, it does.
Frank C says, remember, Capuano used to make Tavares serve all the bench penalties. Barzal probably gets pissed when he doesn't let him take a face-off.
No, I don't think so. Then you know what? He should get better in the face-off dot. And he has been better this year.
Gotta go to face-off camp. Drew L says, Grumpy, do you trade players if they show a hint of gray hair?
No. But I'll make an exception with Brock Nelson.
Varley was lucky there, on that lucky goal. He's been awful today. They keep on showing him like he's done a fantastic job. Zach G says, I think the Islanders need to trade Varlamov, make Sorokin a starter, and get a new goal.
Bring in a backup who gets paid like $2 million a year. That's what they should do.
Chair Ben says, I traded today. Grumpy when they show Varlamov's stats for today.
Yeah.
Zach G saying, yeah, the Flyers are hungry today. I believe the Flyers and Islanders are the teams in the last spot. Are teams in last spots of the Metro standings.
Very true. Flyers are above the Islanders, though.
Jer Ben says Bailey's assist yesterday was hilarious. He literally lost control of the puck, and Nelson picked it up behind him. The announcers made it seem like he was deking the Flyers out. Not even close.
No, he lost control of the puck, and Nelson picked it up. That's a typical Bailey assist. Has absolutely nothing to do with the goal. He makes a mistake, and somebody else capitalizes and scores a goal.
Anthony R says, this team is so freaking frustrating. No team speed, no heart. Sorry, I see no positives with this roster. Even Barzal, it's a ghost night.
Here's the thing. I am going to agree with no team speed, but not no heart. I think we do have heart. But here's the thing. The fact that we're just so slow, we just can't do certain things. And Barzal just seems – there are times where he just seems like, I just don't want to be here anymore.
Zach G says, Grumpy, do you think trading Fritz to the Rangers was a mistake?
Fritz.
That can't be Tanner Fritz, right? I don't know who the Fritz is.
I don't know.
Adam Sandler. Grump Adam Sandler, the famous movie celebrity, says, great movies always, by the way. Why is Grump such a fan of Lou? Lou let Taves go. He let Everly go, signed Palmieri, and signed Chara.
Okay. I always ask the question, if you want to get rid of
holy shit.
I thought actually that was deflected up into the netting. If you want to get rid of Lou Lamoriello, who are you going to bring in to replace him? See, that's the one thing you have to think. Who are you going to get to replace him? Nice hustle by
Anthony Beauvillier. Putting pressure.
And average. And I'm sorry, Josh Bailey also making a little jump too.
Oh, I'm sorry, Josh Bailey. That's right. I mean, we have got to press hard. This is a must-win game, and you're
cannot lose to teams like the Flyers. I know you say can't lose to teams in front of you in the standings. Everybody's in front of us in the standings, so we're gonna have to start beating some of those teams
for certain. God Almighty.
I mean, if the Flyers win today, you'd have to say they deserve to win, right?
Jer Ben said, if you had three tough questions, yes, absolutely, Grump. If you don't win today, you're out. There's no way you can look at it different. I mean, we had talked about, right, at least 16 points out of 22 possible points. I mean, you're going to come with 4 out of 8 so far. Yeah, I don't see them going on an 8-1 or an 8 or 7-1 stretch for the remainder of time period. I just don't. Or I'm sorry, 6-1 stretch.
Jared Bear, send that question in tomorrow's show.
Yes, Jer Ben. Make sure you submit this tomorrow because it's a lot to go through. I'm sure Grumpy will talk about it. Zach G says Barzal is a very skillful player. I just feel like he's not on the best line. Yes, he doesn't play with any good wingers, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's a helicopter line.
Yep, no wings. Oh, my God. I tell you, nice job there by Pellick. We are playing much more offensive-minded. Pellick is joining the rush and bringing the puck into the zone. Yeah, we're trying to generate offense. I mean, they understand the magnitude.
So what is it going to do? What is it going to do? When you start doing that, you're going to give up odd man chances the other way. You don't have Sorokin in net.
Yep.
So you got to be careful.
You got Mr. Softy. So you got to be really careful. Even though ESPN Plus is going to try to go ahead and brand him off as a fantastic netminer. He's doing a great job.
Okay. I was just going to say that 17 had a borderline elbow on somebody. Chara stepped in, and he's going to beat the hell out of this guy. Knocked his helmet off. Now he's going to knock some teeth out. Come on, Char, hit him. See, Char's not a bad.
Chara, hey, honestly, this is the best situation. Chara in the penalty box.
Okay.
He says, McEwen, you can't go ahead and do that.
McEwen, I thought he elbowed somebody along the boards. And Char, to his defense, went after him. If you'd ever stop talking, I could make a comment on that. But here you go, right here. Boom. I'll tell you what.
That's
suspendable. That is absolutely suspendable.
He hits Mayfield in the face.
That's right. He hit him right in the face with point of contact was the head. Right here. He's lining him up. He's lining him up and shoulders him right in the head.
Where's the penalty? Where's the freaking? That should be a double minor.
You know what I mean? Right? Ross Johnson gets a 3-game suspension for that, and this guy doesn't even get a penalty called on him.
Where the hell is the penalty on McEwen? He deserves at least to be in a box additionally. He deserves to be suspended too. That was way more egregious than Ross Johnson hit.
If that kid's not suspended for 3 games, there's something seriously wrong.
He's not even called a penalty. It's not even a minor on the ice.
There's something seriously wrong here.
What the dude? I'm sick and tired of the bad rap that Ross Johnson gets when
That's the officials. That's the officials. They got it in for him because Barry keeps on trash talking about guarantee it to the officials. Yeah, we got to play that goon every once in a while. Yeah, send him the box. We don't want him out there. We want
not even a power play for the Islanders. What the hell?
Ridiculous because he targeted him. Absolutely targeted him. All right, back to the comments.
I'm sorry, I'm tweeting it real quick. Crazy.
I mean, like I said, I saw that and I'm like, yeah, that looked like a penalty, even in the brief thing. And then the replay is way worse.
It looks even worse. Drew L says, in hindsight, Just for Men should be the next sponsor, considering Grump bashes the geezers.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh man, I tell you. Well, at least Charles Rice. Oh. He just stripped him.
That should have been a penalty on Parise.
Yep, should have been a penalty on Parise. Absolutely. The Islanders, 10 minutes into the game, have 0 shots on net in the third period. They're down by a goal and have 0 shots on net. Let that sink in, guys. 0. 0 shots on net. None.
It's tough to score goals when you don't shoot the puck.
You're down a goal and you haven't registered a shot on that halfway through the third period. Dude, that's ridiculous. This is when you start going to the grunt. You start blending the lines together. 0 shots on that, Barry. What's the response? You have 16 shots through the day's game. 16.
Oh, my gosh. Look what they're doing here. They're hoping. They're looking just to counterattack.
Yep.
And they're trying
to a long pass through, and we're going to be able to beat you with our speedy forwards with your slow defensemen.
That's right.
And we're going to play defense. I'll be honest. Matt Martin kind of hit him up high too.
Yeah, he got the elbows up.
The game's getting chippy, and they obviously don't want to call anything. I'm still so
Come on, Matt Martin. Hit him, baby. Oh, he missed him. See, he can't even get there anymore.
Nick D says Barry's line combinations suck. Zach G says if Lou fires Trotz, then I could see Tortorella going to the Islanders. Oh,
Tortorella's not a fix. Go, Barzell. Nice move. No,
our first shot on that only comes at 9 minutes and 35 seconds left in the period. Our first shot of the period.
Barzell just looks like disinterested. Is it me, or does he just look disinterested?
And it's just like, what the hell are we doing?
He's like, I hate playing for Barry Trotz.
Joel said, I was going to say I liked UBS Arena. And Mickey says here, says UBS is beautiful and has awesome sound system.
I think my guess is Colin.
Maybe. Nick D says UBS looks great from the outside. I like the red brick look. Meatball Parm. I haven't eaten dinner. That looks pretty good. Says good evening, Meatball Parm. Nick D says you're right, Grumpy. The kid seems like they disappeared. The kid seems like they disappeared.
All of them.
Mickey there. Kyle Palmieri is injured. He's on IR. About 80 to 85%.
He'll be back soon enough.
Absolutely. Anthony R says, we have a serious problem. I don't see Barzal signing a long-term deal. Do you blame him? That's why we need a new coach with a more open system.
I don't blame him. I've been asking that question I've said it for the last year. You have to get him re-signed. If he says no with 1 year, if he just wants to go the 1 year qualifying offer, you have to move him. Either that or move back. What do we need to do to sign you long-term? And he should say, get rid of Barry Trotz. Let's get some offense in this building. You want to fill the stands? Let's get some offense in this building.
Absolutely, Grumpy. I don't disagree at all, Grumpy old man. And then Nick D says, I think the kids like playing under Lambert. Mm-hmm.
He gives them a shot.
Meatball Parm saying this team could use Matthew Schneider.
Yes. You know, I forget it. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Who's that?
He's an old defenseman. He's played for Montreal, played for the Islanders for a little while, played for a lot of teams, Philadelphia as well. Yes, Clutterbuck still has the A.
Yep. And then Michael T says, Baba Booey, y'all. What's up?
Baba Booey. Gary Delabate.
Michael B saying here, UBS Arena can be found in anywhere USA besides the scrawled up or the scrawled meetup crest. There's nothing about it that isn't cold and corporate. No personality, no orange and blue.
Michael, I think you have a birthday coming up too, don't you? Happy birthday, Michael.
And it's his birthday today, Grumpy.
I know it is. That's why I said it.
Double Aught Buck Prep says, I feel like I'm watching a Devils and the Old Timers game. Devils Old Timers game.
Yeah. Just wait till Palmieri comes back.
Claude Giroux today. Is he 12 for 17 on faceoffs? Holy shit. He's taking 17 faceoffs.
And he's a winger.
He's a center.
Dobson. At least Dobson's not afraid to shoot.
Hey, man, dude, you go into that TV timeout, you say, just shoot everything that comes our way. We've got one shot on net 10 minutes into the third period. We're down a goal. Put the puck on net. Zach G says, Barzal shouldn't be captain. I feel he's too young. I'd say make Croc Nelson, or I love how he's already adopted the Croc Nelson, or Bavillier captain next. Both evident leaders.
No way.
I'd say I'd give Barzy.
He's not too young. Connor McDavid's been captain since he's 21?
And
best player should be captain. It's just the way it is now.
Look at Adam Pellick fighting for the puck down low in the offensive zone. A slap.
We're generating some pressure right now.
Yep, we're putting on full press. And Matt Barzal has it again.
Look
at they got a different line. Matt Barzal's out there with Anthony Bavillier. Yep. We had to, right?
With Bailey? With that piece of shit Bailey? They're double shifting Barzal, obviously.
They should. He needs to be double shifted.
Yeah.
And that's an icing. And that's a Flyers ice a puck. 8 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. James F saying, congratulations to Chris Pronger on his number retired. Hell of a slap shot and a big bruiser.
Which team? Played for a lot of teams.
I assume the Oilers.
He's another guy. You know, you play how many seasons with a certain team? I mean, come on. He played for a lot. He played like 3 or 4 teams. I don't know who.
Blues. He had his number retired for the Blues.
Okay.
Zach G says, and trades Zizekas. He's getting older, and I'm sure the Islanders can find a better fourth line center. Yeah, they've got one. It's called Austin Zarnak, and they signed Zizekas to this huge deal, which is just mind-numbingly dumb.
6 years.
Your contract.
6 years for a fourth line center who's 30 years old. Yep. Mind-boggling.
Michael T says, "What's up, TJ and Mr. Grump?" I'd tell you, man, just a little frustrated with today's game. You know.
Now, what the Islanders have to worry about with them pressing up more, another broken stick for Philadelphia. They have to worry. The Islanders have to worry about, the long passes.
Yep, the long passes for the Flyers, and again, they're quick forwards. They're quick forwards, really being able to penetrate our defense.
Yeah. Because I think they're going to focus on defense now with maybe one guy high. Farabee's a little injured. Good. He plays for the Flyers.
Dietrich C says, I love a Barzal, but with each passing day, I feel like he doesn't want to stay if Barry sticks around. Yep.
Very, very true. Let's see what Dobson does here. That's a clean hit.
A nice check, Dobson. Yep.
Yep.
I think his shoulder got a little impinged, maybe just got a little banged up. Nick D says the Stars and the Habs game is pretty good. No defensive play, 0-0 in the first. Michael T says, so since I can't watch tonight's game, what's the scenario? As far as I know, it's 2-2. We have played miserable. We have been outshot and out-opportuned, and we have more opportunities for the Philadelphia Flyers, and we just have looked like the inferior team. Joe Farabee's going to the Flyers bench or Flyers room.
And stretch pass was the word I was looking for. That looked like a trip. 48 tripped. He tripped somebody coming in. Oh
my God! What an opportunity and chance. Is that not?
Does that not have to be a penalty?
Right? Is that not goaltender interference?
No, it looks like he got steamrolled into the goalie. I think he was running to the goalie.
I'll have to watch again.
A trip. No. Yeah. That's,
I don't know.
Honestly. That's interference.
That's what I said. Is that a goaltender interference, or is that interference?
No, that's interference on Pajot right there.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say. You look at those. Yeah, he did. He prevented. Right, that's hooking. Right by the letter of the law, what gets called. That's a hook on John Gabriel Pajot. No, we should be on the penalty kill.
That's all right.
John Gabriel Pajot should go to the box.
We're okay. I'm okay with that.
And nothing has been called. I'll tell you, these guys have been keeping the whistle in their pocket. That's why I've seen a lot.
I'm fine with that. Particularly when it's us getting the beneficial calls.
Anthony R said, that's why I'm saying Trotz has to go. Barzal isn't happy. What the F is Barry thinking? Good question. Obviously not thinking not thinking too thoroughly. That's for certain. Michael T says, hey, Grumpy, Ginger or Amber Lynn?
Oh, wow. Ginger. I'm old school.
Tony Cheese says, Gritty can eat my hiney. Michael T says, is it the same lineup as last night? Except now, it's the same cast and crew, except now Bellows is on the third line, and you've got and Zach Parise has been promoted to the first line right wing.
Yep. Mm-mm. And the word I was looking for was stretch pass. They have to watch out for the stretch passes.
There it is, Grumpy. Look at Matt Barzal with the opportunity. Is that Matt Barzal out there with Kiefer Bellows and Oliver Wahlstrom? No, it's Beauvillier and Bailey again.
Yeah, he's getting maybe something's wrong with Nelson. I don't think we've seen him out here in a while, have we?
He's played like shit. Hopefully, he's riding the bench.
He has played like crap.
He should be riding the bench with how poorly he's played today. He's played awful. He should be benched at this point.
I just bet he's not going to get called out, though. See, that's the thing that drives me insane. He won't call him out. He'll call out, Kiefer Bellows didn't waste any time burying him yesterday.
Jarrell says, sometimes I do wish the NHL has some more public broadcasts and podcasts as big as the NBA because everyone's voices can be heard in the NBA. Maybe there will be something more interesting takes about teams.
It's all Canadian stuff.
Chara. Jarrell says Chara needs a flyer to trash talk him.
Yeah, there you go. I was like don't hold the puck. Don't hold the puck, Barlow. Means nobody there. A nice pass once again. Dobson up to Barzal. And he's going to do it all himself. Come in, coming across center ice, makes a nice pass over to Andy Green. A little bit of pressure, and Philadelphia picks it back up. There's Farabee back on the ice. I guess he's fine. Nice save by Hart. Barzal with the puck behind the net. Oh, look at Bailey standing in front of the net. This is shocking. The Islanders putting on suspended pressure here. Nice deflection up into the stands. That was Josh Bailey in front of the net. Hard to believe, honestly. Andy Green had a couple of nice scoring opportunities there. You got to like what you're seeing right now from the Islanders. They are having an extended push. Claude Giroux looks a little bit winded. Chara going to the bench where he belongs, honestly. That's what I like to see. Looks like he's got snots coming out the bottom of his nose. Shows he's putting in a little bit of effort. No, somehow he's coming back on the ice. How disappointing. I mean, yeah, you just can't lose to the Flyers tonight. I mean, that's my whole thing. Kids cannot lose to the Flyers. We have to, they had the scenario, which is horseshit anyway. Everyone's not going to have 107 points for the final two wild card teams. Not going to happen. But, I could see where we're going to have to get close to 100 though. And I mean, still 75% of the points we're going to have to pick up. And if that's the case, we cannot afford to be losing to teams like Philadelphia, honestly, or Arizona, who's playing much better on Friday night. Just is what it is. Oh, look who's back.
Yes, I am, Grumpy. Zach G said, didn't Lou only sign Chara to help Dobson out? Nah, I think that was one of the benefits, but they signed him to play big minutes, top 4 minutes.
Because he was not proactive getting a left shot defenseman earlier in offseason.
Zach G says, Chara needs to go back to Slovakia. Want you to Sai says, was Chara coming off the bench? ? No, he was out there on the ice. He just is caught flat-footed. Jeff E says here, okay, I think it's officially over the season. That is, why am I going to both games this weekend? Damn, it's over. Yep. Well, hopefully you could just see Islanders win, right? That's about it. Jerben says, Charizard on skates. The goal is 100% on him. Many times this season, that CA.
That can be said.
Oh, that can be said. If he has respect for the game, he needs to hang up the skates. Freaking loser. It looks like they got a little bit of a mix-up there in Ottawa.
Ottawa and Buffalo. Looks like everybody. Looked like he had 14 guys on the ice.
The fourth line going back to being invisible, says, want you to decide. Michael T says, Chara, or TJ wants to fight Chara. No, I don't. I get my ass kicked.
Yep. He would also get his ass kicked by Ronda Rousey.
We're trying to get through comments. Why? Drew L says Chara just needs to be a coach at this point. Him and Anton Carter are almost the same age.
Look again. I mean, they're just coming in waves now, the Flyers, when they come into the zone. I mean, they're just walking into the zone right now. I mean, I understand because, the Islanders are desperate for a goal. They know we're in dire straits right now. Nice play by Dobson. No, Croc is out there now. They have him with Wallstrom and Lee.
Oh, shit. They're mixing everything up right now.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
The fact that Josh freaking Bailey is playing on the line with Matt Barzal again. I'm sorry, he won't shoot the puck. Can't have a guy like that out there.
And look
again,
at
another rush. But a nice play once again was that Noah Dobson?
Oh, I think that was
that was Robin Salo.
Robin Salo. Good job on the defensive side of the puck, Robin Salo. I like it. 4 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Islanders down by 1, down 3-2 against the Flyers. Offense has been tough to come by for the Islanders in this period. Haven't had much momentum. Have been outplayed all day today. If they come away with a point, honestly, they stole one because they don't deserve any points.
Oh!
Holy shit!
I don't know if that was off his skate or how. If that was, I mean, I was just going to say, isn't it time to shorten the bench?
Christ almighty. I mean, the Islanders have been dumb. Just as I was saying that, too, they score a goal. Unbelievable. Islanders tie the game at 3 with 4 minutes and 28 seconds left. Oh, man. I tell you. Was that Scott Mayfield leading up the rush?
Yes, Scott Mayfield on rush. Clutterbuck over to Mayfield. And here's Cizikas driving the net. They kind of forgot about him.
And he just throws the puck towards the middle of the net. And I'll be honest, they had a guy on him. Nice job. Strong on his skates, Mayfield. And that was a hell of a pass. And Cizikas.
Was that Cizikas or was it the Flyer guy who scored?
Cizikas.
Okay. I didn't see if it was whose stick it was.
Look at that. Casey Cizikas ties the game up. A game we don't deserve any points. A game we don't deserve to win. The game is now tied 3-3. To answer your question, if they said if it was going to be under 6.5 goals, it looks like it's going to be over.
It will be over.
Deidre C says, if Barzal leaves and Barry stays, I'll have a stroke. I'll have a stroke. I couldn't imagine facing him on another team.
Yeah, he'd have something to prove against Barry.
Alexander, again, that guy, when he's playing with a little bit of an edge, he does a great job. What the hell? Zdeno's first career fight was on November 20th of 1997.
That's a long time ago.
Alexander's saying, this team frustrates the crap out of me. Ariel C says here, Wallstrom on the line with Barzal and Lee now.
Well, you got to mix up the lines. Nothing is working. I don't know. The lines seem to be working when Lambert is coaching. Oh, my goodness.
Jesus, man. Do you think that we actually have a chance to win in overtime? We're a slower team. Don't you think it plays in the Flyers' advantage?
I don't think the Flyers are a great skating team either. And that's going to be a penalty on Philadelphia for slash.
Wow. With how much they've let go. Yeah. Sanheim going to the box there for slashing John Gabriel Pageau's stick. Let's see if it was a legitimate call or not. They've let a lot go, but let's see. He did slash.
Yeah, it's a penalty. But, man, they've let so much stuff go.
I was about to say, on both sides.
Pageau was mighty. He was mighty loose on the stick.
Remember when they used to say when you got a stick slash out that easy, you got to hold on to your stick tighter is what they used to say. Now they're like, it's a slash.
Yeah. So that's a slash.
Azaria P says here, second time the Islanders have made a mistake playing Varlamov after Ilya Sorokin had a great game the night before. Last time was they started off that long winless streak. You guys called it then, and yesterday, Ilya Sorokin should have played for certain. I mean, we'd be winning right now if Sorokin played. Simple as that. Jeff E said, didn't Grump say we'd split these 2 games last week?
No, I did not.
Oh, no, I thought he did. Okay, fair enough.
Did I?
I think he said, oh, shit. Yeah, I thought he did. Chara throwing hands. 30 shots to 16 for the Flyers at one point on net. Unreal. I thought we were a defensive team.
I can't remember what I said yesterday, let alone last week.
Well, Islanders here on their second power play opportunity today. Wouldn't it be nice to come away?
Oh,
man.
Dobson with the shot. See, now they're back. They don't have 2 guys up top, which I hated before. Okay, let's worry about getting the puck on net there, fellas.
Matty B.
He's the guy you want to have it.
Oh,
that's the guy you want
by Wallstrom.
Get it in. That's nice hustle by
Wallstrom.
Keeping it over to Barzal. That pass
Flyers defense caught staring, and it looks like the Flyers get lucky.
That puck was way on the other side. They didn't know where it was.
Is that on another trip?
No. That puck was all the way in the corner, and I think everybody else lost track of it. They all thought it was in front of the net. I'm like, man, that puck went wide.
51
nice
seconds.
By Wallstrom keeping that puck in.
Fantastic. And 51 seconds remaining on the power play, grumpy old man.
I mean, we're looking good right now on the power play.
A nice drop pass by.
Nobody knows where the puck is. Nobody knows what the puck is. See, he's got to shoot that.
Oh,
As soon as he gets it, Hart was looking the other way. Just get up, just one time it. I'll tell you what, that was a nice job by Braun, by the way, with that block.
Want you to decide says Chara beat the shit out of McEwen. Zach G said, I'll admit it, McEwen's kind of a dirty player. Yeah, hit to the head. Oh my God. They only called 5 each way. What the WTF? Yep. NHL safety protocol is always inconsistent. Elbow is up. That will be reviewed. I'd like to think so.
You should get a 3-game suspension.
Zach E says he should get a 5. I think 3 is fine. I thought that Ross Johnson served too long, but I think that's a 3-game suspension, unless he's a prior repeat offender, which I'm not sure of.
Here's the thing. I could see maybe a 1-game. In reality, that's a 1-game suspension for me. Salo was not afraid to shoot the puck. We got the second power play unit out here. Underwhelming.
12 seconds remaining on the power play. 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining here in regulation, and the Islanders will secure at least 1 point. James F. said, at least Chara can fight. That's about it. Daniel G. saying, what channel is the Flyers game on? It's on ESPN Plus.
Or Hulu.
What were you about to say, Grumpy? I'm sorry.
I don't remember.
Alexander saying, yeah, despicable, absolutely shit on these referees are. Double Aught Buck Prep says, this might wake him up now, that fight by Chara.
It didn't, but we got ourselves a break. A little bit of hustle. That's what happens.
Chara can fight for sure. It's the only thing you can do left. Dietrich C. say, who got hit? Scott Mayfield did. I mean, I think we're just happy going to get this game to overtime.
Hey, get a point.
Yep.
I mean,
first secure the point. But here's the shit that's going to drive me nuts. In overtime, we're going to throw out Anders Lee and Josh Bailey, people who cannot skate. We're going to put on the ice.
Maybe not, but we're not going to see. You know, we haven't seen Bellows at all in the third period. What, 1 shift, maybe 2 shifts? That's it. That tells you all you need to know what Barry Trotz thinks about Kiefer Bellows.
Doesn't think much.
And honestly, that's a fireable offense to me.
Oh, man, when I watch it and I'm looking at it, Kiefer Bellows has only played 11 minutes and 10 seconds on ice tonight.
What a shock.
I hate it.
No power play time. You got Josh Bailey on the freaking power play. He won't shoot the puck.
Oliver Walsh has played 16 minutes, though, tonight.
Yeah, but for me, you got to play Bellows. Why is Bailey playing on power play? He won't shoot the puck.
Because they want to see more of what we saw against the Washington Capitals, where he has a wide open chance of not shooting.
Yeah, well, that's
right now, Kiefer Bellows has played second least amount of minutes for a forward this evening. Only player who's played less minutes is Matt Martin.
Yeah,
that's just. I'm sorry, it's appalling.
I don't even need to look at the stats to tell you that.
It's appalling. Plays no time in the third period. That's ridiculous. Oh, well, look at that little bit.
I don't know who number 11 is, but why does he keep playing with the puck again? It's
in.
like they feel like I have to keep the puck in. No, dude, you just can't turn it over.
Connect me, yeah. James F. saying, what is Ledecky thinking of this team and the coaches? Oh.
He's got to be pissed, doesn't he? Well, we got at least
first year of UBS Arena and the team's sucking ass. I mean, he's not happy.
And it's not even like we're not even exciting though.
Zach G said, I'm going to UBS Arena on 25th to see the Islanders versus the Flyers game. All my friends say I'll get a hot dog thrown at me if I wear a Flyers jersey.
Okay, why would you wear – now, if you go to Flyers games, what happens to the players who wear other teams' jerseys? Do you razz them? You give them hell? Because just expect that at the other arena. Because I know Philadelphia's a slimy area, Zach. I know it. You know it too. So.
Jeff E says the hot dog buns suck at UBS. They get hard sitting under the heat lamp. HD buns should always be soft. Hot dog buns should always be soft.
I don't mind. I don't mind sometimes, particularly if I'm out at an arena. I don't mind them being a little bit stiff.
Tony G said, my favorite part of today's stream was Grumpy asking TJ to continue with the comments and TJ saying, hold on, I'm tweeting. Yellow flag on TJ. Okay, fair enough. That's true. Zach G said Grumpy should replace Barry Trotz.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying I'd be as good a coach as Barry Trotz, but everyone get a legit shot if I was coaching. That much I can tell you. And best players would play. Period. No sacred cows.
Frank K said, if you think the youngsters haven't tuned out Trotz, then you're not watching.
I just think that he just has no faith in them, and I just think he's real negative on them, and it affects their play.
What are the keys to overtime, Grump? How many shifts do you think we're going to see Anders Lee? How many shifts do you think we're going to see Josh Bailey? How many shifts do you think we're going to see players who can't skate? That's something Barry also loves to do.
Well,
Put out defensemen who can't skate, or forwards who can't skate. I'm sorry, in overtime.
Well, Bailey will play. I don't know if Lee will play. Oh, God, I hope not. He's terrible.
I think he plays every single overtime, and so does Brock Nelson, despite his hideous game.
Yeah. Well, like I said, he just plays his favorites. Bailey will play. Barzell will play. And there's, man,
This
I like
this Mohawk guy's got a
Mickey
lot of
Mohawk. I mean, you go to a game like that, you know you're going to get seen. Okay, we're starting with Parise. Freaking Parise.
Zach Parise.
What's he done today? Nothing.
Third line winger gets on the
he's a fourth line.
I'm sorry. It's just ridiculous. We lose the dot. We lose the face-off. I mean, Jean-Gabriel Pageau, usually very good in the face-off dot, loses to Closure. God almighty.
37 years old.
Can't skate anymore, Zach Parise.
A guy who was a healthy scratch the last 10 games of the year for Minnesota last year somehow plays in every single situation for the Islanders. It tells you all you need to know about Barry Trotz.
He's played a lot more minutes today than Kiefer Bellows.
No kidding. And he's done nothing. He's done nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh.
How did the first line do today? I think they were nondescript.
I think that the Parise experiment doesn't work out. Oh my God. Jesus. I mean, he breaks Adam Pellick's ankles.
Yeah, but Pellick did a nice job deflecting that puck.
He does sprawl out and try to get in front of the shooting lane. Yeah. But my God, he breaks the ankles. He's caught between a rock and a hard place.
We finally touched the puck with 4:10 to go.
And we finally see Matt Barzal out there. I mean,
Dobson, and who's the other one? Bailey. Freaking Bailey out there. Why Bailey? Why not just playing 2 against 3 now?
Yeah.
Whoop. See, he needed to hold that a little bit longer.
Yep, and 2 backhand attempts.
Yeah. See, he panicked.
Even go fake backhand, and as Varlamov overcommits, just plop it to the right hand side because you got the defenseman on the ground. You have got to be more patient with that if you're Konechny.
Pellick's out of the play there. He's totally out of the play.
He's sliding. He can't go ahead and do anything to affect his movement.
Bailey in there for the face-off.
Another face-off.
And he lost. He lost the face-off. Good job, Bailey.
Wow. I mean, like, Matt Barzal is your center. I mean, the guy needs to go to freaking face-off camp. Come on. He's got to win. Got to be able to win a few more face-offs here. Oh, I do like that Barzal and Dobson are out here.
Oh, another broken stick by Farabee. I tell you what, the Farabee breaks a lot of freaking sticks.
And oh my God,
we can't
capitalize. Oh Jesus, Matt Barzal with the puck in the offensive zone. That's nice to see. Drop pass here to Noah Dobson.
Pass it to Bailey. They don't even look at him to shoot. They don't.
No, I mean it's only a matter of time before we see Anders Lee and Brock Nelson on the ice, right?
No, I can't see them going back out there.
Okay, we'll see.
Barzal's going to do it all.
Jean-Gabriel Pageau and Parise. I hope not. Oh, I mean he's time to get a change. He wants to get a change here. Let's go.
It's going to be Pageau again.
Yep, the Flyers have been out there for over a minute on this shift. The entire Flyers unit.
Mayfield,
on this 3-on-3.
Pavilier. No,
yeah,
I'm
Nelson.
Croc out there.
Oh Jesus, Mayfield.
I'll tell you what.
Man, he sneaks one by Carter Hart.
Carter Hart is not good.
He's really struggled. I think he struggled today. Oh, Brock Nelson.
Let's go.
No goal. Save
it off.
Holy
shit.
Hell? I don't think it went in. My God, Brock Nelson.
All the Flyers are in the net having a party. Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Pavilier. God almighty. Oh, dude, how the hell did they not finish on that? Carter Hart was scrambling all over the place. Carter Hart.
I thought I saw the back of the net ripple.
Carter Hart does not look comfortable in that, man. He has really struggled today. And again, you talk about bad play by both goalies, in my opinion, today. Not good job by Varlamov, not a good job by Carter Hart. So
did Carter Hart sign a long-term deal?
I couldn't recall. I'll have to look that up.
I mean, Giroux pressuring Pellick, pressuring Pageau. Pageau's been behind his net for the last 10 minutes, it seems like.
No, he only signed a 3-year extension.
Okay. I'm looking for another
$3.5 million per.
I'm looking for another goalie.
Yeah. Well, here it is. Jean-Gabriel Pageau.
Oh!
Dude, Carter Hart looks Jesus. He looks like he's struggling. And here we go. We've got Jean-Gabriel Pageau and Zach Parise on the ice again in overtime. Jesus.
They've scored 3 goals between them?
Oh my God. How the hell did Brock Nelson not put that one in the net? He should have been able to put that one in the net, man. That is just that was not a good wraparound. He still had the area open.
Man, Hart is just not. He's not very good.
No, he's not. Oh, how about someone in front of the net there? How about someone from Nashville's front office there for the Islanders? We'll get here more to comments. I mean, this is entertaining, Grumpy. It's overtime. Oh my God.
It's all right. You watch Dobson. Dobson will do the job on him. I feel confident. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Just as I said that. All right, they're changing up one play at a time.
Josh Bailey forces the puck out. Only 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in overtime.
Oh, my gosh.
Was that? Oh, man. Oh, look at that. Oh, dude.
No, Provorov just backed. He just backed out so he can get the final guy changed.
Looks like there could be a 2-on-1 opportunity. Barzal.
Bailey mishandles the puck.
Unable to control the pass. And it looks like it's going the other way. Konechny.
Oh, Batty's got to get back. Come on, Batty.
Oh, my God. To Provorov.
Nice play, Matt Barzal coming back. Where was Bailey? Nowhere to be seen.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Anthony Beauvillier showing some wheels.
I tell you what.
Wraparound attempt that comes close.
He's got terrible lateral movement.
Dude, he looks way out of position. A 2-on-1 for the Flyers.
Oh, what a save.
Nice save by Varlamov. Oh, it was Matt Barzal on a 2-on-1. My God, dude. You talk about entertaining hockey to end today's game. My goodness gracious. Matt Barzal. Oh, rifles went in on Carter Hart. About 10 seconds remaining until shootout. Man.
They had a shot. They had a chance.
Get rid of the puck, Varley. Thank you. And this game is going to be headed to shootout. I will say this much. Sorokin usually is a much better shootout goalie than Varlamov, too. So
maybe they should sub in Sorokin.
I don't think they're going to do that now. Christopher C. said, how are we losing 3-2? This team we just beat last night, they also remind me why someone like Giroux, who his reaches prime, scores a goal against us. Who's in net right now? Varlamov is. But that's a fantastic save by Varley.
Without a doubt.
Good job. I mean, doesn't allow the 5-hole goal here. In shootout, who are you? Who's going to be taking your shots, Grumpy?
Barzal, Wahlstrom, and
Beauvillier?
Yeah, I'd like to say Beauvillier. He scored last night. I'll go with Beauvillier.
I'll
tell you who it's not going to be. It's not going to be Josh Bailey.
Don't shoot up. Brock Nelson's the guy. Brock Nelson does not have moves. Please don't put Brock Nelson out there.
Oh, my God.
Jesus.
Washington comes back down 2-0, and Tom Wilson scores the overtime winner.
With a goal and assist today.
Carolina.
Carolina's just
annihilated. They just annihilated Boston today.
7-1.
7-1.
Game's not even over. Could be more. Both teams are 0-3 in shootouts this season. So
hey, somebody's going to win one.
Someone's going to give. Something's got to give, Grumpy.
I got to think it's the Islanders. No?
Varlamov's not as good in shootout as Sorokin is.
Yeah, but he's got to be better than Hart.
Claude Giroux owns the Islanders, right?
Yeah, that's
Hart's not great, but maybe he'll do okay in shootout. I don't know. Carter Hart's looks shaky all day, but has Varlamov been much better? He's come up with a few big saves, but a lot of softies in.
I like that Carter Hart has Angus Young on this mask, though. That's kind of cool.
And he has a little AC/DC lightning bolt.
I love the mask thing. You look at everybody; they got the mask down around their chin. It's hilarious. If you watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they had a hilarious take on that. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wear my mask just around his chin.
Konechny going to be the first one here to take the attempt for the Philadelphia Flyers. Goes out wide.
Nice save by Varley.
Nice glove save by Varlamov. Absolutely.
I'm sorry. I feel confident we're going to win a shootout.
We don't score a lot of those shootout goals we haven't as of recent. So maybe we'll have one of those really, really long shootouts when teams aren't scoring.
Anthony Beauvillier, first guy up.
We called it. Anthony Beauvillier for the Islanders. He's kind of coming in slow.
I hate when they come in slow. I hate when they come in slow and outside. It's like, dude, come right at him. Come right at him. One deke.
The goalie doesn't go down, he doesn't overcommit, and that shot attempt is so weak. It's like you're saying, "Hey, I'm hoping there's going to be a mistake by the goaltender. If there's not, I have no chance on scoring."
Oh, I don't know what he was doing.
What the hell was that attempt?
Yeah, he was trying a little trickery.
I don't get it.
I just think, you know what I think? that the Islanders should use what Gordon Bombay told Charlie in the Mighty Ducks.
What's that?
Deke, the triple deke. Hey, Matty B. Come on, Matty B.
Matt Barzal on the attempt against Carter Hart.
He's going to score here. I know it.
Oh, shit. Why the hell you stop?
Oh!
Well, here's the thing, though. You stop all your momentum. You say, let's go ahead and start just going slow. We're just going to stick handle and hope Carter Hart commits.
He looks so frustrated. There's times he looks like this when things are not going good and he's playing with a bunch of miserable clowns. I think he's been miserable since Barry came back. And what happened? Atkinson?
Oh, hold on. They blew it?
Oh, they say no?
Do it.
Oh, he looks like he's pissed. Atkinson's pretty good, too.
It was a full start. I guess they had given the
full start.
Take it.
5-yard penalty.
Atkinson now for the Flyers. Shoots it wide on Varlamov.
He had him beat, and he just missed it.
Get the puck up and put that on net. That's in.
All right, let's see if he sends out Zach Parise.
Let's see. I would still like Oliver Wahlstrom in this spot, but let's see who comes out here for the third shooter for the Islanders.
Nelson.
Brock Nelson never puts a move on. He buries it always right into the goalie.
He might score this time, though. He might score this time.
Oh, it's always the same.
No, it is always the same.
5-hole every damn time. 5-hole or crest. It's always the same thing. He hopes the goalie overcommits and he could slide one through the 5-hole. Oh. Hey, they're all excited. They're watching the game, Grumpy. They're excited. Okay, you got Joel Farabee.
Let's see if he could break his stick.
Oh.
How many sticks does this kid freaking break a day? Jesus.
Oh, my God. Jesus. Joel Farabee. Come on. You got to get a shot off. Oh, you got to get a shot off, Joel Farabee. You got to do better than that, man. Oh.
Bailey.
Gosh, Bailey takes a shot.
Bailey. If you watch Bailey score, he'll be #1 star of the game.
Oh, God almighty. He did score.
He missed, of course.
It honestly was a good move. That's the best move we've had so far in shootout, but he just puts it high. Where's Franz Nielsen when you need him?
He puts it about 4 foot over the net from 2 foot out. I don't know how it's even possible. Number 5 attempt. Who's this? Was this Lindbaum?
It's Lawton.
This the kid? Oh, no.
It's Lawton.
Oh,
nice
with the save.
That almost sneaks through the 5-hole, but a good job by Varlamov. He's ready. He's ready there. Hey, what did I say? This could be one of those long ones where he scores a goal.
Farley looks like he's in the zone right now.
But
Kiefer Bellows. Come on, baby.
Kiefer Bellows' opportunity. Can Kiefer Bellows win it for the Islanders?
Come on, Kiefer. Oh, he's coming.
Oh, God. Why are you coming in so slow?
Kiefer. Oh, he misses.
Oh, he puts it wide. He puts it wide.
Now, Barry just marked it down. Bench.
This is the reason why Bellows will never touch the ice again this season unless there's catastrophic injury.
He missed round 5 of the penalty shootout. Who's this?
Oh, man. Probably wasn't even expected to shoot, to be honest with you, Grumpy.
Nick Frost.
Morgan Frost.
He missed.
Jesus. My God.
I don't think anyone's actually hit the net.
There's been very few on the net. Very few saves have actually had to been made so far by both of these goalies and shooting.
I like Varlamov isn't even blinking right now. Noah Dobson. Come on, Dobson.
Where is Oliver Wahlstrom? Oliver Wahlstrom excels in shootout. Why the hell is he not?
Save.
Why are you putting defensemen out here on a shootout attempt? It's not like this is Erik Karlsson or somebody who's I'm sorry. Why is Oliver Wahlstrom not taking a shot? I'd say arguably he's one of your best shootout guys.
Who's this Flyer?
James Van Riemsdyk for the Flyers.
He'll miss.
My God, both teams have not scored a shootout goal 0 for 12 together. Oh, now my heart is starting to pound, ladies and gentlemen. James
he misses the net again.
Another
save. No one is hitting, even putting the puck on net. If you don't have to let the goalie make a save, we're going to score here. I feel confident we're going to score. Who is it?
My hands are clammy as hell. Oh, I'm sweating. I'm getting nervous.
Parise!
Zach freaking Parise.
He had the one goal this year. You watch him score. Come on, Parise.
Oh, come on. He's coming in so slow, too. Dude, Carter Hart. Nice glove save, Carter Hart.
It was like nothing. How fast was that shot? 14 miles an hour.
I mean, he puts it right into the glove. I mean, like, oh, come on.
All year, all he's done is hit the goalie all year.
Dude, I'm sweating, Grumpy. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating, man. I tell you. Ooh-wee.
Number 20. Looks like
good
he's
gracious.
Fly
Mayhew here for the Flyers.
Another save by Varley.
Varlamov is feeling himself right now. You saw that.
He's in the head of the Flyers. He hasn't freaking blinked. I haven't. Look at him.
Dude, he looks dialed in. As shitty as he's been today, he's dialed in. He is dialed in right now.
Joe has had a history of being an excellent
Jean-Gabriel
shooter. Let's see what happens with Pagey Pajot.
Oh my God.
Real slow, but I think he's going to score. Let's see. No, another save by Hart.
Tries to go low blocker side. Hart looks dialed in too. Both goalies look dialed in. Man, are we ever going to get a game?
Where's Marek Malik when you need him?
Where is Oliver Wahlstrom, ladies and gentlemen, for the Islanders? Come on, Oliver. I'm sorry. Oliver Wahlstrom.
Provorov.
Here's Provorov, I guess. Okay. Both teams haven't scored. We are now on the 9th shootout attempt. Ivan Provorov.
Another save by Varley all day. Defensemen don't know what to do. Varley was 45 foot out of his net, and that guy he's like a defenseman. He's not going to be able to deke me. I'm coming all the way out.
Oh, my God. Please.
Where's Wally? Wally!
Oliver Wall.
Come on, Wally.
Again, our best shootout shooter doesn't shoot until attempt number 9. Let's see how it goes for Oliver Wahlstrom.
Wally with the victory.
Isn't it freaking nuts when you put out a guy who's a sharpshooter, a guy who can really shoot the puck? He's able to pick a spot and score for you in shootout. He's a fantastic shootout shooter, and you don't roll him out till number 9.
Because Barry Trotz is a dumbass.
What's the point of that? Why not roll him out in the top 3? It's a good come from behind victory for the Islanders.
Yes.
And now the Flyers.
Really, if you think about it, undeserved victory today.
Undeserved victory. We did not deserve a point, let alone 2. But now the Flyers, when scored on first, they're now 2-18-3 when scored on first.
I mean, that's a laser beam. But you know what? Like I said, it's still 2 points. That's all I care about.
2 points. I was about to say 2 points, and nonetheless, it's needed. A needed 2 points, man. What a fantastic job. I mean, why was he not out there earlier? I'm just shocked by goodness gracious. Is a laser beam a quick shot? Carter Hart doesn't have a chance to respond.
He's the best shooter on the team.
I'm going to skip through and get to the most recent comments because there are a lot of them, guys. But we're going to get out here. We're going to show you. I tell you. Empire State Construction LLC says Bellows is good. Should have got more time today. Yeah, only played 11 minutes of ice time today. Yeah. Second least among all forwards. Only played more minutes than Matt Martin, fourth line. Frank Case and F Trotz. F and Wally. Warzone Senior Sister says I'd fire Trotz after the game. He's a bum. Honestly, Barry needs to be fired after today. I will say, by the way, if you're new to the show, welcome to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. We go live every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, as a bonus, anytime the Islanders play a game that's not on Thursday or Sunday, we go live and cover the game. So if you're new to the channel, we invite you to come back. We invite you to stay a while. Subscribe to the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. The only reason we don't go during the live games on Thursdays or Sundays because we have another podcast called TJ and the Grumpy Old Man. That can be found in the link in the description below or on the featured channel spot of our YouTube page, Grumpy Old Man. 2 points for the Islanders real quick, Grumpy. I want to hear what you have to say.
I just want to give the 3 stars. Robin Salo for the first goal of his career. Number 2 was Varlamov, even though he gave up 2 incredibly weak goals. And Wally, the number 1 store for the game-winning goal, Oliver Wahlstrom.
Absolutely. And that's where you can find the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast, as well as the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. But Grump, I tell you, Oliver Wahlstrom, you got to love it.
Hey, had to win today, right? You lose here today. I mean, it's inexcusable to lose to a team like the Flyers right now.
I agree.
That said, we're looking below average against bad teams. What's going to happen when we start playing good teams?
What's going to happen on Saturday against Toronto?
I don't know. They're going to be playing their backup goalie against us.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Yes, he is. He is. Where is Wally? Yes, he is. Where is Wally? Alexander, Wally. James F saying, "Oh my God, Kevin Weeks said both goalies were outstanding." What? Yeah, I don't get that.
They both sucked. In my opinion,
during the actual action of the game, they looked miserable. Both goalies looked shaky at multiple points, and Carter Hart looked extremely shaky in overtime. Yeah, they looked good in overtime. That was about, or I'm sorry, they looked good in shootout. That was about it.
And something that's going to get lost was the goal that they scored where they were This much offsides.
About a few inches. Oh, I can't believe Kevin Weeks said Kevin Weeks used to play goalie. How could you say Varlamov was fantastic? How many weeks Kevin Weeks? Maybe that was how your modus operandi, where you would let in weak goals all the time. But man, that's not a sign of a good goalie. Christ Almighty, how many weekies did Varlamov let in today? At least 2, right?
Well, Weeks was not a really good goalie.
He was a career backup guy. Anthony R said, bye, Barry, please. Frank C saying, I was waiting for Martin to come out, LOL, before Wallstrom. I don't get why Wallstrom was 9th on the shooting order. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Me neither.
Trotz is a fraud, says Joel. Rick C says Trotz has to go. I guess people are blatantly upset the fact that Wallstrom doesn't shoot until 9. I am too. Noah Dobson before him. Zach
I think what people are starting to see that everything we've said about Trotz has been true.
Yep. I think so, Grump. We've been talking about this. We've been espousing this for, I'm talking about years. And just last year did we really start to catch some traction. And then this year too, people are like, hey, I'm not the only person thinking this. I'm not crazy. And there's one podcast and there's one publication that will come out there and call it like it is. And it's called the Islanders Never.
That's right. Not afraid to speak truth to power. That's us.
Yep. Deidre C said, I wish I was at post game when they ask questions to Trotz. They can ask him whatever they want, like, why do you always play the veterans over the youngsters who have proven themselves?
Yeah. Why is it before, when you were in coaching, the youngsters were taking off? As soon as you come back, it looks like they're gripping their sticks too tight. Why is that, Barry?
Yep, absolutely. Empire State Construction LLC says, how could he not put Wally over Parise? Yeah. Wallstrom's your best shootout guy, and he doesn't take it until shot number 9. Brian B says, fire trots. We're getting a lot of those fire trots. Yep. Stop saying the Islanders are going to score, Jinx. Oh, no. That was from earlier. Lou R says, what did Wally do to be 9th in shootout? I couldn't tell you. Must have made Trotz upset or something. By the way, the Knits game is lit, says Drew L. Bill B says Wally sticking it to Trotz. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deidre C saying they were lucky. It was a horrible game. Only exciting part was overtime and shootout. Yeah, we were dominated until overtime. Shootout is just back and forth.
I'm going to disagree. I thought that the game was actually I thought in spurts it was pretty good. Little back and forth action. Way better than yesterday. And what a shot by Wallstrom. Just showed the replay. Fantastic.
James F saying, why did they wait so long to play Wally in? Good question. Wallstrom has a bossy type of shot, says Frank K.
I'm not going that far, but he's got a great shot.
It's special. James F saying, yeah. What was his shots on goal? I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up for you. Greg F says, you're nice to get the 2 points, but why does Wallstrom shoot 9th? Trotz is an idiot. Yeah, you're sharing the same thoughts as us. Mr. B says, any chance you guys go to UBS and do a live show from the stand? Whoa, from the stands, Grumpy.
They kick us out. Well, besides the fact we don't live up there, we wouldn't last long. That much I can tell you.
Wallstrom had 2 shots on net today. And then Bill B said, I'm so glad Trotz wasn't Bossy's coach.
He wouldn't have played. He didn't play enough defense.
Frank C saying his refusal to play Wallstrom over Komarov cost us the cup last year. Yeah, you can argue it. James F saying, thank God the puck didn't trickle in past Varlamov for a goal. Yeah, absolutely. Empire State Construction LLC says here, like Boomer said, for teams to move up, they need to win games that don't deserve to win. First time, guys, great job. I'm Frank, by the way, 51 years old. I can be a grumpy too, LOL. Yeah, Wally. Well, we invite you to come back, Frank. And we do this, again, every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cover all the games that are not on Thursday and Friday, or Thursdays and Sundays when the Islanders play. Brian P. Yep. Wallstrom going 9th. What a disgrace. Lucky win for certain. Wallstrom should go first, says Don C. Absolutely. Greg Frost here saying, I like Wallstrom, but he has a way to go till he's compared to Bossy.
Agreed, Greg.
Rick C. said, I tell you, Grumpy, used to piss me off, but now I'm 100% with you, Grump.
Thanks, Rick. Everyone comes around eventually.
And sooner or later, Trotz can go by.
Everybody comes around because you know what? Everyone wants to believe everything is great because you do. You want to believe everything's going to be fantastic. I'm just a little bit more truthful than others. That's all.
Well, you hear all that, people ornament and say, oh, they'll squint at it and say, okay, this is the reason why things are going well. Hey, you need to look at this. Don't look here, look here. Don't look here, look here. We say, look at everything and then make your decision, come to your own decision. But again, we definitely have a leaning, but I think we do a good job of presenting the opposite side occasionally to play devil's advocate. Jarrell says, why doesn't Barry make a public stink to Lou about, or why does it to Lou about Barry and the young guys? Barzy, he's talking
He's
about.
not going to do that. You don't see hockey players do that. It's not the NBA.
Rogue Gamer says, first time watching, you guys don't understand the Trotz hate. The thing we don't like about Trotz, a fantastic coach, top 5 coach in the NHL, but for a new time listener, he's a top five coach in the NHL. What we don't like is his personnel decisions and his undying devotion to the veterans, right? Chara is awful, but when Ryan Pulock comes back, Chara is still going to be in the lineup and Robin Salo will not be playing anymore, right? When we see Kyle Palmieri return, Kiefer Bellows is going to find his way on the bench. And, Parise, Bailey, and Palmieri, all players who have underperformed this season, are all going to be cemented in the lineup. His inability to play younger players or give younger guys a chance it makes us upset. And, personnel decision-wise, I just don't agree with a lot what he does.
Right. All those aforementioned forwards that you just rattled off, they have all scored less goals than Kiefer Bellows and have played way more minutes in top line roles and way more games.
Yep. And here's the thing, right? Trotz is a fantastic coach, right? You look at the cast and crew that he brought to the Eastern Conference Finals, and what he's done with the cast and crew that was a miserable under Doug Weight, bad under Jack Capuano. He's a great coach, but you wonder, right? Lou Lamoriello and Trotz want to keep these old group of guys together, and we get to a point where the veterans, they kind of start to tail off a bit. They're no longer in their prime. A lot of guys are on a downside of their career, and we double down by adding guys like Parise, Chara, keeping Andy Green, re-signing Palmieri, and you just look at it and you say, personnel-wise, we've mismanaged a bit, and our inability to play younger guys, I think, is hampering our future team success. So that's where we have issues with Trotz. Trotz is still top 5 coach in the NHL. You'd find a hard time finding anybody disagrees with you, but the certain things he does regarding personnel decisions drive us nuts because we know what the team could be.
It's the reason why he lost his job in Washington. They didn't want him back after winning the Stanley Cup. Wouldn't play young guys. Yep. Sorry. See you later.
Yep. Drew L says, why not pull a Ho-Sang Barzy do it? No, don't do that. Jeff S said, I can't believe Trotz put a D-man in Dobson before Wallstrom. You and me both. And then Empire State Construction LLC says, love Varlamov. He's playing so good. He's playing good. Do we trade him to the Oilers? I read we'll move him for cap space. So maybe now is the time.
I don't think we need cap space at this point in time. We have plenty of cap space. But the thing is, he makes $5 million a year. You have to make sure you get something of value for him. That's the most important thing. You can't accept a 3rd round pick or something like that. I don't know what the Oilers are going to do. They're in a tailspin. They obviously need a goalie, but Ken Holland has come out and said, I'm not trading a 1st round pick if this is the state we're in. They're already in a playoff spot. And they're like, yeah, if I don't think we have a chance to win the cup, I'm not trading a 1st round pick.
They don't have their 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round pick this year. So if they trade away their 1st, they're going. What do they have? They think their 5th round pick, or maybe they only have their 4th round, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. They don't have a lot of high draft capital this year. And how you build a team is through the draft. James F said, "Can Barry Melrose please stop with the hair?"
I like Barry Melrose.
Jeff F's saying here, Wallstrom has the team's best shot. This would have been on Trotz if they would have lost. I would agree.
True.
Buck Killer said, what do you guys think of Jean-Gabriel Pageau? JG.
He's not been as good as he has been in previous years. He's 29 now, and he's a smaller guy, and he plays a gritty style. You wonder, okay, is it just that, he doesn't have that type of game anymore? Possible.
It could. I mean, he's played a lot of hard minutes, so you wonder, how much, tread does he have on the tires? So it's one of those things you think about.
He did everything in Ottawa, and even here when he came here. You just wonder, guys don't last forever.
David D saying, beautiful. I called it. Let Wally take the shot and we'll win. Done. 4 straight, I believe. No, we lost to the Washington Capitals, but we do have 4 wins in our last 5 games.
We're 6-1-1 in our last 8. Now, I just want to say one thing. I called it too, David.
You called it after every damn Islander come up there. Hey, he's going to score this one. I've got the feeling you said that every damn Islander.
That's true. Eventually I knew I was going to be right.
I was saying that since, I don't know, shot number 3, where's Wallstrom? Where's Wallstrom? He'll score for us. Wally's on for certain he is. Brian P says starting overtime with Parise and Pajot, also a joke. Or yeah. I'll be interested to see if McEwen gets a suspension. He should at least get 3 games for that hit on Mayfield, who he obviously hit in the head.
If that's a 3-game suspension, what Johnston got, that's definitely 3. He looked at him, he lined him up, and he hit him in the head. Period. Knocked his helmet off even. That's a minimum. That's 3 games, right? Now you set the precedent, NHL.
Yep, absolutely. Jarrell says, like Justin Timberlake said, what goes around comes around. David D says here, I'm with you, grumpy old man. We aren't good enough. 3 players away.
At least.
Stephen V says, hey, gents, just tuned in from the game. My opinion is the Islanders redeemed a lousy second period of play in the third. Even Chara carried his weight. Oh, Stephen, I don't know.
We weren't even great in the third for the majority of the third period. It wasn't until like the last 5 minutes we picked our game up.
And Chara looked miserable. He looked woeful today.
Yeah.
Woeful.
Yeah.
And then Rogue Gamer says, okay, I agree with some of that. Thanks. Yeah. And again, we like him as a coach, but there's certain items where it's like the easy things, I feel like, are the items where he seems to struggle with. He just outthinks himself. I don't know what it is. James F saying Wally's 2 for 7 in shootouts. Yeah. Yeah. Guy should be out there.
I want my best shooter in shootouts. Call me crazy.
Yep. Jeff S says here, honestly, it would be like the Islanders not putting Franz Nielsen on shootout when they had Franz Nielsen. So it'd be like he was the best shooter on the team in shootout opportunities, just like Wallstrom is. Jeff S says here, Trotz may have showed his coaching tactics without putting Wallstrom in. Bailey in overtime. Bailey in the shootout. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Bailey had a shootout attempt.
He's a slave to his guys. He just is. He believes in certain players, even when they don't do anything.
Hunter H also saying Trotz putting Bailey and Parise before Wallstrom. What? Yeah, I was about to say it's Jeff S here says Palmieri should be in for Bailey. Pulak should be in for Chara and Green. Rotating with a lot of games and limited days will take a toll on Chara and Green. So maybe rotate a little bit because Chara and Green out gives Salo his time when Pulak returns.
Just remember that the 3 right-handed defensemen are Pulak, Dobson, and Mayfield. So it's going to be Pellick, Green, Chara, and Salo. So the guy who's going to lose time is probably Dobson. He's going to limit his minutes probably, and you're going to see Salo just be aced out totally.
Brian P says Trotz is closer to top 10, not top 5 anymore. He's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say top 5. I was going to say
you could arguably top 5, undisputed top 10. Would that be better for you?
Yeah, I think he's top 10.
Paulo C. I got the name right this time, Grumpy. 32 points in 32 games. We're finally at 500. I like how they always don't include the overtime losses, but we're finally at 500. We still have a slim chance. Boston got smashed. Rax got yanked after the first. Now 14 points back and 4 games in hand from Boston.
14 games, 14 points back is a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Boston's playing tougher teams now. They have an easier schedule down the stretch. The end of our year schedule is brutal. Brutal.
Yep. And we've got a lot of home games, so just always I encourage people to go take a look at that. Frank says here, my Rangers buddy said to me when we signed Trotz, eventually teams get sick of his style of play. I thought he was full of it, but now I wonder.
He's a good coach. And why do you think the old guys want to play there? Because they want to have a shot to win. They're not as talented anymore. And he does not believe in offensive creativity. Just doesn't. It's system. That's why I keep on saying, why would an offensive free agent ever want to sign with the Islanders? Not to play with Barry Trotz's system. They don't want to subjugate their game where they, I'm a 60, 70 point scorer on any other team. I come here, I'm a 30-point scorer, 35. They don't want to do that.
Don C saying ESPN is awful for hockey. Yeah, I'm sure that the announcing crew is not fantastic. Buck Killer says, do you miss Jean-Gabriel Pageau in his prime? For certain.
Absolutely.
I mean, that guy was a quintessential everything the Islanders is. He lived, breathed the embodiment of what it was to be an Islanders.
I love Pageau.
He's a fan favorite too. James F says they should make a rule once you're skating, you can't stop to shoot. You have to let your momentum follow and take your shot.
Well, the puck has to continually move forward. So you can slow it, but as long as the puck is moving forward, you're okay.
Jason C said Grumpy is a hockey genius.
Thank you, Jason.
Always so complimentary of the grumpy old man. Double Lot Buck Prep says here, it's time for a deep run and to make up some ground. Well, hey, we got to get moving.
We're playing a week schedule for the most part. We have the Kings, Toronto, and Minnesota in this mix of 9 games left. Those are going to be tough games. Other than that, everything is winnable.
We play the Flyers 3 more times, I believe. 2 or 3 more times here upcoming.
I think 1 more time, no?
No, at least 2. I'll pull it up. Don C says they even made Kevin Weeks sound like an idiot.
ESPN. I don't think Weeks is that great.
We've had Anson Carter on our pod or on the broadcast as of recent, and he's been fantastic. Like, you talk about certain guys that I don't listen to all that often, but I got more exposure to just because, with Butchie being out for a while and then with AJ being out for a while, I've really enjoyed Anson Carter. Yeah. And then we've got here, Rogue Gamer says here, shouldn't have Sorokin gotten to start tonight? Oh, Rogue, you're 100% right, man.
Absolutely.
And again, we don't get why. Again, roll him off. You let in a few weekies. I mean, if Sorokin's in, the game doesn't even go to overtime. Doesn't even go to shootout.
I urge you to listen tomorrow because we'll definitely be talking about that.
Yep, absolutely. Mr. B says refs should get a couple of games for missing that call against Mayfield.
Nothing will happen.
James F's here. They're talking about Chara, not saying how bad he is. Of course, they don't ever want to say anything bad
because he's Chara.
Tony Chi saying, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Yep, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. TJ is my favorite, by the way. Oh, thank you, Tony Cheese. I don't know if he's saying that just trying to rile up Grumpy Old Man, but thank you.
I'm fine. I'll get over it.
And then Anthony R said, do you think Lou hears fans' complaints? Well, here's the funny thing. We've had people say they don't like rebel rousers like Grumpy Old Man and I stirring up the angry fans and speaking what we think is the truth over here. They don't like that we're so negative sometimes.
We don't drink the Kool-Aid. They don't like that. We're not lemmings following everybody over a cliff. That's not us.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew L says people forget the video clips.
We want to win a Stanley Cup. We're all about winning a Stanley Cup, nothing else. Coming in second in the conference means nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. And people forget about, Oliver Wahlstrom when he had that fantastic shootout goal. Yeah, he was all over TV. I'm sorry, Grumpy. The Islanders play the Flyers twice in the next 2 games they have, or the next 4 games. So they do play them 4 times over that stretch. And then David D saying here, I was waiting for Trotz to put in Chara for a penalty shot. Yeah.
Wait, so the Islanders play the Flyers 4 times this year, and 3 of them are at home?
I think they play them 5 times, Grump. Or is it 4?
5. Okay. We're playing other teams on the division only 3 times this year. Like Carolina's just 3 times this year.
We play them home, then we just played them away, and then we play them home against. Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe it's only 1 time. My mind's all screwy. I'm sorry. We play them 1 more time. We played them on Tuesday, January 25th on Tuesday, and that's going to be a home game for us. And then we got another comment here saying, "Yeah, Jean-Gabriel Pageau is my favorite, but he does take a beating." Yeah. I tell you. These guys on the post game suck. Well, we're glad you're here. You don't have to listen to the post game. That's for certain, says James. And they said Lou will add at the deadline. Holy shit.
What a disaster.
Holy shit.
Absolute disaster.
Well, they must not pay attention or be watching any Islander games to be saying Lou's going to add at the deadline.
They must not listen to this podcast. Only a dope would try to add pieces to this team at the deadline. We're not winning a Stanley Cup. Not happening. Not even going to make the playoffs. Doesn't matter. Does it matter if you get in 8th and get blown out in the first round by Carolina? I mean, blown out, swept. It doesn't.
Brian P says, system. Vets. Absolutely. Double Aught Buck Prep says here, I knew a lot about the 4 Islanders Cup, married 39 years old. 1982 was and on my first date with my wife during warm-up, Bossy waved at me. What a memory.
Nice.
He also says Wally's going to have some big shoes to fill, even been mentioned in the same breath with Bossy. Yeah, he's got a long way to go to that. And does general manager have to talk with Trotz about playing young guys? Yes, Grumpy Man. Trotz was getting let go from the Caps even after winning it all. Big question: who would you replace with him?
I'd like Joel Quenneville. To me, he's the best coach in the NHL. Him and Cooper, but Cooper's not going anywhere.
No. Brian P says here, TNT coverage was way better than ESPN, but but being on ESPN is a must for the league. Unfortunately,
it was money for the league. Had to accept it.
Yeah.
NBC Sports Network's not getting it done.
If he takes time away from Dobson, then it's a serious problem. Chara is good for fighting and teaching Dobson. I cringe when Mayfield shoots. They need Dobson. Dobson's fantastic, and again, he should not have his minutes compromised when Pulak comes back. TK Tony says, hi, what's up, TK? How are you? Hope for the years we'd get Franz Nielsen back. No, I don't want him back.
Not anymore.
Noah W says, who do you see sitting when Pulak gets back?
It'll be Salo.
Salo, unfortunately, even though he played well today, and he seems like he's been stepping in a little bit more when he feels more comfortable on the ice. He gets a little bit more familiar with Andy Green. He's going to sit, even though it should be Chara. Oops. And then we got here comment, David. I got to delete that. David D saying here, if Lou adds players or two at the trade deadline, it will be someone 29 or over. Yeah, probably what it's going to be, unfortunately.
And then they'll re-sign him to a ridiculous long-term deal in the offseason and hamstring his cap wise again.
Yeah, we'll give up a whole bunch of draft capital when our prospect pool is one of the weakest in the NHL. So that's not good. Yeah. Yeah. And then Drew L says here, Mayfield skates has got a book bag on his back. Absolutely. And then when is Pulak back? Yeah, he was supposed to be out 4 to 6 weeks. He's been out now for 2 months. He's been out for 8 weeks. So you have to assume maybe he got COVID. That threw him off a bit. Maybe about a week or two until he returns.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Don C said, sorry, guys, but after watching Fred Flintstone and Doug Waite, I cannot turn on Barry yet.
Okay. Hey, that's your prerogative. That's fine.
And we got real winners. We got, our ownership wants a winner now. So you're not going to see as much of, like when we used to have Fred Flintstone and Doug Waite, Charles Wong was still the owner, didn't really care too much about winning. So I think, our current ownership group is much more committed to winning games.
I believe so also.
But Grump, we're going to save some of this for tomorrow's podcast. That is at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. So if you're new, again, we invite you to stick around a while. Subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and follow on Twitter. But Grump,
what's that button you're supposed to, the thumbs up button?
You're supposed to like on YouTube. Absolutely. And again, if you're new to the channel, we invite you back tomorrow. We'll be on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we also have a general sports podcast where we just talk all things sports and shoot the shit. That can be found in the link in the description below and on our featured channel on YouTube. But Grumpy, what do you have to say before we wrap things up today? Because we want to keep some content. There's a lot to talk about tomorrow, Grump. A lot to talk about.
I just want to say love and laughter to everyone who listens, and even those who don't, from TJ and the Grumpy Old Man.
Absolutely. And guys, we want to thank you all for joining in. Islanders get another win, 2 in a row. Hey, they can build. They need to start building. These are some of the cellar dwellers they're playing. They have to win the games they must win. They have to win games against lesser competition. Simple as that. Got to win against Arizona on Friday. Be nice to pull at least a point, if not win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. But thank you, Grumpy Old Man, for being a part of the podcast. As always, thank you, everybody, for tuned in. We are 2 fans who love the Islanders and love talking all things Islanders. Again, make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, follow on Twitter. You can also find TJ and the Grumpy Old Man as this featured podcast right here, and you can subscribe there to that. We go live Tuesdays and Thursdays and during big playoff games and big sporting events, again, not just hockey. So if you just like general talks and banter, that's where to go.
Thursdays and Sundays.
Thursdays and Sundays. Yep. Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nick D says, great show as always, guys. Thank you. Mr. B saying, thanks for doing the show. Absolutely, guys. Eddie saying, Trots gots to go. But thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you again, Grumpy.
My pleasure.